tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces turn stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey, hey everybody, I'm back with something pretty much like a mystery. We're gonna go through this whole case, y'all. Imagine that you have a father who, after marrying his third wife, your father and you are not able to talk to each other anymore because the third wife doesn't want him in contact with his children. So you and your father have an estranged relationship. About the last 15 years, you have not been able to have communication with your father. Not just you, but your 3 other siblings are not able to communicate with your father. And you find out that your father is dealing with some health issues, right? And in him dealing with some health issues, you find out that through his spouse that your father is in a coma. But you don't find out that he is in a coma until she decides to pull the plug. Because the doctor tells her that your dad has only a couple of days to live. And asks the wife whether or not she wanted the plugs pulled. And she decides that she's going to pull the plug. Right? So she pulls the plug. Then she calls you and tells that your father only has a couple of hours or a couple of days to live. So you and your siblings rush to the hospital to see your father one last time before he leaves this earth. Right? The wife says that he doesn't have long to live But the wife also gives the hospital a directive. And that directive is, allegedly, that the hospital can call her if he dies before 9 a.m., 9 o'clock p.m., that to call her. But if he dies after 9 p.m., for you, for the hospital to text her because she sleeps. She's an elderly lady and she sleeps pretty hard. And therefore, she doesn't want to be disturbed. She'll get the message the next morning. Right? Now, you and your siblings come all the way to the hospital to sit with your dad because you only have a few hours or a few days to live. So you guys are at the around. Hold on, let me just show y'all pictures. This is you guys around the your dad to show him. Now, hold on. I can't show you that picture yet. Hold on. You guys, let me show you guys. You guys are sitting around the his hospital bed. You're praying and you're sitting around his hospital bed praying for him, right? You're praying and just praying that God heals your dad. And this is your dad. Y'all sitting around there just praying for him and everything. Day and night, y'all just there. The four of you guys are just praying for your dad. And from miraculous reason, your dad gets out the coma and he awakens and he sees you guys right there by his side. And he is so like shocked that he says it's like a miracle that a dream come true because he hadn't seen all of you guys together in a while. So you spend days with your dad. You take him outside. He's in the air in the outside. Your father gets better, and now he starts like he wants to make sure that his kids are in his will. You see him writing, and y'all take him outside. Y'all there every day. One of you guys decide to stay there 24, 7 days, and it's like day 10, day 11. Your father's still alive. So he made some decisions. You guys decide to get guardianship of your father because you think something is going on. Something is fishy. Every time the spouse comes around, your father gets sicker. Gets sick. Right? So you decide to take guardianship over your father because you want to know exactly what's going on. Guardianship comes through, you get emergency hearing, and the judge grants you the emergency hearing. And your father's getting better and better. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Hold on, stop. Your father gets well enough that he is like trying to get out the bed, right? Look at him. Trying to get out the bed. Look, your dad is Look at him. Look how much he's getting better. He couldn't even do that before, right? So, one night, the spouse decides to come and visit him. She says he needs something on his lip. He needs something on his lip. She stays about 10 minutes. Then she leaves. And all of a sudden, your father gets sick. And then he dies. 30 days later, he dies. I mean, after that, she put whatever it is on his lip and he dies on November 1st. So, before your father died, he tells you that he has something for you guys. And it's in the truck, his truck. It's in his truck, and that is an insurance policy. Insurance policy that's worth a lot of money. And the insurance policy is in you guys' name. And it's in the truck. He kept it in the truck because he didn't want his wife to know about the policy. Right? So, you ask about the truck. And guess what? The spouse says the truck is no longer there. The truck got repossessed or something like that. But remember, before your dad died, on the 26th of October, he did a new will. And he included all his children inside the will. The will that he has there has his children and his spouse on this new will. The old will, we don't know, which was done the year before, had just the spouse and her children, which are not his children at all. They're not his children. But his children is not included in that will. So, dad dies. Guess what? The wife is contesting the will, the new will. So that's where we are now, y'all. We're going to read exactly what she says. Why she's fighting this will. Now, wouldn't you think that she tells the whole family there's nothing, the husband doesn't have anything. So why are you fighting so hard if he has nothing? Okay, this is the new will right here, y'all. The spouse knocked him off for the money. Doesn't it sound like something going on? But it was like something. I even have the. Hold on a second. But this is what she says. Okay, they had to get the sons went and got a emergency guardianship over the dad, and the guardianship, the judge did it right away because okay, I'm gonna read what she says. She went and got an attorney to fight the sons because she doesn't want the sons to have anything. But hold on, let's go ahead on and read this for you guys. This is his second will right here, will of testament right here. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure I got the right thing I'm showing y'all. Hold on. Okay, this is the will and testament right here, right? This is the one that was done. This is the newest will and testament before he passed away. Okay? And this is one he says, I, Tommie Lee Fitzhugh Sr., of sound mind and free will, hereby declare this document to be my last will and testament, made this 26th day of October 2025. I revoke all prior will and codicils made by me, whether written, typed, or recorded in any form. 2. Family acknowledgement. I am the father of Roderick A. Fitzhugh, Kouri Richins, Tommie Fitzhugh Jr., and Travis Fitzhugh Jr., and the husband of Victoria Fitzhugh. This will is consistent with my durable power of attorney and personal directive executed contemporaneously with this document. The appointed executor. I appoint my son, Roderick A. Fitzhugh, as executor of my estate with full authority to act independently and without bond. Should he be unable or unwilling to serve, I appoint Kouri Fitzhugh as alternate executor. Number 4, special instruction and directive. 1. For Victoria Fitzhugh, I express my deepest and continuing wishes that Victoria Fitzhugh spend time with me while I remain in hospice or care, consistent with her own desire to fellowship and be near me. It is my heartfelt request that she visit me 3 times per week for approximately 3 hours per visit, as health and circumstances permit, in order to share private, peaceful time together for reflection, prayer, and companionship. This time is intended to provide her peace and comfort and to honor the covenant of marriage before God, in sickness and in health. Upon my passing, she shall continue to be cared for and supported as I would have done in life, with compassion, dignity, and respect consistent with our life and faith together. All right. Distribution of estate. After all debts and lawful expenses are paid, all remaining property shall be managed and distributed by my executor in the best interest of my family, ensuring that Victoria Fitzhugh ongoing care is provided for before other distribution. So in this will, she's being taken care of, right? That's what it's saying, right? Declaration of faith and intent. I make this will in faith and peace with the intention to leave harmony, love, and order with my family and to reflect the values of my life and covenant before God. And then his signature, there's his signature here, and then the date is October 26, 2025. So that is the most updated will, okay? And it was witnessed by this person here and Milton Michael. Those are the two people that was there, okay? That's his last will and testament. And then they registered it with the probate court on November 3rd, okay? So that was done. Now, okay. So now, this is what happens when the wife gets involved. I'm going to show you the other will that happened, and the kids were not in the will because she didn't. And the thing is, it had this will, this other will was set up the year before, right? Without any of his kids in there. None of his kids. Now, wouldn't it be strange? Why would his children not be a part of the will? None of his boys was part of the will. Isn't that the strangest thing, y'all? Isn't that the strangest thing? None of his kids are part of the will that she has. But the will that was just recently done has her and the kids in there. Interesting, isn't it? Right? And then listen to this. They had the funeral. She had the funeral real so quick, because they had left. Because each of the boys, okay, they all live in different states, right? With the other, two of them live here in Georgia. One lives in the Dominican Republic, and the other one lives in D.C., right? So before the two that's in Georgia could even find out that the father actually passed, she had already had the funeral. And they don't want any investigation done on his body. She didn't want any investigation done on his body. Interesting, right? Interesting. Okay, let me show you the will, the first will, which was done in April 2024 without the kids' name being in that will. But her kids, which is not his kids, were on that will. Let me show you. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all. She's contesting the father's will now. And now I'm going to read all the craziness that's involved, what she says in this. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. Let's go ahead and pull this up. That was in his will that she had no autopsy can be performed. But if it's a, do you know you can have an autopsy if something is well, you'll read in the will. You'll read in the will. Oh. Hey, this is Roderick, y'all. Roderick, you want to come up and explain everything, y'all? He's in here. Oh, interesting. Roderick, hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link, Roderick. Hit the link. He is in here. Okay. We got the man himself in this chat. Oh, wow. I'm honored. I didn't even think he would be up. Hit the link, Roderick. Roderick is all the way in the Dominican Republic, and he's up in here. You can explain it a little bit better than I can, Roderick. LT is here too. Oh, he's in here. Come on, brothers, come on up in here. Is Kouri in here too? Oh, there he go, y'all. There go TL. Okay. Can y'all hit the link, brothers? Hit the link so the folks are here exactly, because I don't want to mess up your story. Hit the link. I don't want to mess up exactly. I didn't want to say it the wrong way, so please excuse me if I messed up what happened. Is Kouri in here? Is Travis in here too? Hit the link, guys. All right, y'all, as we wait for them to come on up. If they're having a hard time. I didn't think you guys could be up. Oh my gosh, y'all late birds, huh? All right, there go Mr. Fritz.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
how are you?
I am very good. We are blown away over here. We are blown away.
Y'all up late, huh?
Yeah, we got those. Got to get that money hours.
What kind of money you gotta get out?
Hey, because sometimes some of the clients are up when we're asleep, so now we're used to just being up at all times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the deals with the Koreans. When we're sleeping, they're up, and vice versa.
Oh, so you have clients all the way in Korea?
Yeah, they do processing through his app. Even though his app is like the cash app of Latin America, he's more of a he has an account with the Bank of Treasury account. He can transfer money and process payments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he has some accounts in Korea, and it's amazing.
Oh, you gotta teach me something about that.
That moving money is really something different. He's moved a lot. He's moved people, and now he's moving the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why y'all stay up.
Yeah.
Your Kouri's here too? Is he?
Kouri in the link.
No, I'm asking. Is he in the link?
We sent him. We let him know as well.
Okay. What about Travis? Is he in the link as well?
Travis is on the road. He is actually in the Dakotas.
On Dakotas.
In the either North or South Dakota right now.
Oh, Dakota. Okay.
He literally is in the Dakotas. Yes, he delivers antiques. So he's in the Dakotas a lot, Montana. It's crazy.
You boys doing the thing, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is Roger coming up?
Roger, I think AR is in here.
I don't see him coming up.
That's because I know there he is right there. I'll be there.
He said he'd be here. He's logging in.
Okay. Logging in. Yep.
All right. So you was up early this morning. You up late at night. You as bad as me, huh?
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll do shows, but once some shows in, I'm up. My energy is still here.
Okay. You didn't have a show this weekend?
No, not this weekend. I'm actually getting some stuff moved from Atlanta to here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a comedian as well, guys. He's a comedian, professional comedian, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To give us some jokes while we wait.
So just about life, by the damn gas. You know what I'm saying? We really
Uh-huh.
thinking now. We trying to rob no armor car. Cut it down for a second, real. Trying to rob a goddamn tanker truck. That's where the real money at. Bring that down, son, because I'm live with it right now. Okay. Yeah. It's just real life, Cynthia. This whole deal is real life. Dealing with this lady. At some
Right.
point, I'm going to find a way to make it funny.
You're gonna make it.
I'm going to have to because it's crazy. Like, you know, I like the way you said that. Like, this lady don't want us to have nothing.
No, it's
There's
pretty
a deep
sad.
desire for us to have absolutely zero, nothing.
What possessed her to put her children and not you guys in there?
Disdain,
Mm.
her total disdain for us. I cannot wait to show you some of this footage. I can't wait.
When are you gonna show me the footage? Because I want
So
to share it with the people.
I know it's kind of, I could try to send it by email. I don't know if you have Dropbox, but it's just so hard to send it because it's raw and full.
Okay. Do you have WhatsApp?
I have WhatsApp.
Okay, you can send it through WhatsApp, the same number that you have
Oh,
of mine. You can send
Max,
it through
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you the videos where you can literally see for yourself and hear for yourself
Okay.
how disruptive she is.
Wow.
Just disruptive. Where she says, "Well, Tommy, you want the boys to take care of you, or you want me?" And at 80 years old, he's like, why does it have to be either or? Why can't it be both?
Both, yeah.
Yeah, this is a 78-year-old woman, but she is as hardened as they come.
Wow.
Yeah, she is hard. It's hard to like her. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
I can imagine.
You know.
I can imagine. So, have you done some of the things I asked you to do earlier?
So where will we go in? I guess the county to
Henry
start an
County.
investigation
Henry
because
County.
it had to be done in Henry County
Henry County.
and then continue, in Clayton,
Did
where
he ever move to Clayton?
he was in the hospice in Clayton.
Okay, so then Clayton as
Yeah,
well.
that's literally where we filed the petition for guardianship because he was in Clayton County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you explain to the people exactly, because maybe I didn't explain it correctly, some of the things that I did mention? Like, for example, how did you guys come about to become in guardianship of him?
Okay. So once we started to kind of see the scope of what was happening, she was never there, and a lot of her suggestions to the staff, because she's very defiant and very she has to be in control, was don't give him anything and only call once he dies. Just call me when he dies, or call me when he dies, or it's always let me know when he dies. And we couldn't understand actually what was going on with him. So, and she wouldn't allow us to get the information. So as his sons, we believe that we deserve to have the information on our father, wife or not. And that's when we decided to go find out a way to get guardianship over him. And our brother drew up the papers and we presented them. And we won because of her lack of care. And it was obvious, even through the doctors, because they asked, you want, he had water on his chest, and she didn't want to do anything to help him relieve it. And that was like the final straw for us. Is that, well, we got to find a way where somebody can care for him to get this done. And because my father was really in his right mind, they were able to ask him directly, would you like us to put a stent, or I forget what they call it, below his waistline to relieve the pressure so that he could urine. And that he wanted it, and it relieved him, and he got better and better after that. His stomach was no longer bloated, but this is something she didn't want to happen. And as long as she had control, he would have gotten nothing done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So, when did you start? So you moved down here to be with him while he was going through some of the stuff that was going on, right?
Once it happened, our brother Alex was actually talking with U.S. Bank about the tech industry, and I was to fly back to D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
but we heard our father was in a coma, and our youngest and the third oldest went to the hospital, and we said we'll fly directly there, and that's what we did. And he came out of the coma. We were there, and his first words were, "It's just a dream." He couldn't believe his sons were all there, and that was an amazing moment. Um, and then after that, he got shifted to the hospice, and that's when we decided that we're gonna have to be there to protect him 24 hours a day.
Mm. So when she came to visit, so what happened? Did you guys stay around or did you leave or what happened? How did he
We
get
did,
worse?
we did because of the obvious animosity and tension. We would leave out of the room and give him time to speak with her and be with her because we just didn't want to be in the same room with her. But then we noticed that she would come and she'd only stay about 15 minutes and then she'd be leaving. But then she wanted to give orders and tell everybody they should be leaving too, give him rest. Like, no, but we found out you can stay all day. This is hospice. You don't know when they can leave this earth. So we let her know, respectfully, that now we'll stay. We missed a lot of time, so we're going to try to make up for it. And for some reason, she couldn't stand it that we wanted to be there with him. She wanted him to be alone. She wanted him to be in there alone. Yeah.
So in the document that I was reading, she said that I mean she's making it seem as you guys was not being nice to her, that you guys were just like keeping her away from her husband.
Yeah.
So why did she say all that?
Yeah. She will be shown to be a compulsive liar.
Hmm.
This lady lies like she breathes. It's amazing. She would say these things, but she's a control freak. She wouldn't allow anything to happen without it going by her or through her. So there was no way we could force her out. That was even when we got guardianship over our father. All we told her was, look, if you want to know what's going on, just give us a call, just like she asked us to do. We give her a call. Yeah.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Sylvia?
Good.
What's
How you
happening?
doing?
What you
Hey, everybody.
doing?
This is Roderick, and that's Tommie.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So, did you want to put in and give an input of what's going on? He's all the way in Dominican Republic, y'all,
Yes.
and his phone don't work too well, so he
Yeah.
acts up.
Yeah. I had to get everything right. Yeah. Man. Can you hear me, Miss Sylvia?
I can hear you good.
So the one thing that I want people to understand is that, and maybe you covered this, Miss Sylvia, but you're talking about a situation that goes all the way back 30 years. It just came to a head at this moment. One thing that
Hold on a second. Hold on. LTL,
Yes.
you and I have to mute because he's in a foreign thing and it's kind of giving an echo. So mute when he's talking. We'll mute.
Okay, I apologize. Am I causing that error, that issue? Can you hear me, Miss Sylvia? Do I hear? Okay. So what I was saying was like this goes all the way back 30 plus years, right? So she's our father's third wife, and for whatever reason, this is going to be hard for me to say, but my father was the type of man that, he had a mission and he had a goal and things that he wanted, and unfortunately, it seemed like nobody really understood him in terms of the women in his life. I'll be honest to tell you this. Our mother didn't understand him. Way back in the 70s, when my father moved from one side of Atlanta and moved us out to Decatur, into like a 4-bedroom home where we had milk and orange juice delivered to us, because my father wanted to give us that advantage. He wanted us to see different things. My mom couldn't stand it, to be honest. She, wanted us to go back to Atlanta. We're from the Perry Homes neighborhood, but she wanted us to go back there. And it was just one thing after the other. Our father just simply had a plan and a vision for his boys. And so our mother didn't understand him. The next wife, she didn't understand him. And then this one, she really thought that she made him, you know, like she was in the mindset of, when I found your father, he was, you know, he was going through all this stuff, but she, you know, she didn't understand that this was just a man going through some things. This is just where he was, not who he was. And from that point on, he belonged to her. And so much so that when some of the things that we're going to tell you and that people are going to find out, they're not going to believe it. Someone asked how long they were married. They were married for 32 years. And so this is the type of woman that actually would come to my home. This is a true story. My brothers will tell you, we don't add anything and we don't take anything away. So when we tell you one time, it's going to be the same thing every single time. Some of the things we've done have been really, you know, good. We've made some mistakes. So we're going to share. We're going to own up to it. But I will tell you that this woman did come to my home and say to me, she was looking, trying to see if my dad was over there. She told me to my face, you are like the other woman because your dad has to sneak and spend time with you and talk to you. And I'm thinking to myself, why would he have to do that? This has been a woman that every time my father has wanted to invest in us, invest in his children, she's found a way to force him to make the decision, them or me. We've had restaurants that our father wanted us to be a part of and to grow. And, you know, when we needed a little push from our father, help, you know, financial help, guidance, she would always be there to say no. One other thing I'll tell you, I remember I was 20. I'm a lifelong entrepreneur. My brothers will tell you, we started, you know, selling candy at the age of 12, and we just haven't looked back. Never had like a full-time job. I've always been, you know, creative and creating things. And I remember when I was 22, I went for my first business loan, and it was with Atlanta Bank on Claremont Avenue. I was meeting with a gentleman by the name of Prentice Burr. And this is when I had a company called, it's going to be funny, it was called a Protection Connection, Miss Sylvia, where I sold protection products, pepper sprays and all that stuff back in 94, 95. Well, my father agreed to put up $30,000 and I was going to get $60,000. It was a great plan. I get the 60, I give my dad 30 back because I only needed 15. So I was going to have a booth in Cumberland Mall out in I think that's Cobb County. Well, she convinced him at the last point. And again, my dad, you know, I mean, he made the decision. So, you know, I can't just put it all on her because he did go with it. But what happened was I was at Prentice Burr office at 2 p.m. I'm a 22-year-old young black man about to get a business loan based on my business plan because they're like, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah, because for me, it's just normal. Yeah, I wrote it. And I waited there, got there about 1:30 and waited to 2. And I was like, no, he's going to be here. I know he's going to be here. And she had convinced him through what they called, what did they call it, T? I think they said heated fellowship, or they call it heated fellowship, arguing. But through their intense fellowship, I'm sorry, that's it. Intense fellowship, she convinced him not to do that for me. And she's done that continuously with different businesses, which gets us to when my father wanted me to start a trucking company back in 2001 or 2001, I believe, or 2004. And that's when we'll tell you about how that story get out. But I'll stop now and let you guys unmute yourselves since I'm in this, you know, where I'm at.
Now it's your turn to mute.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But you can begin to see where the hostilities come from. It's like it's been a feud ever since she's known him.
Wow. Tall Glass says she can relate because
Wow.
I think she's going through something with probate as well.
Wow.
Not to put her business out.
No,
She
I can
relate.
dig it. Yeah. We didn't understand it. But I like the point you raised, though. What is she fighting for? and that's why we're very interested now.
So, do you think, I know this is kind of morbid, but do you think she had something to do with your father's demise?
I do, and I'm not even, I'm being honest. It's because of her actions and the things that she wanted to do. The 5 minutes, she always had to have that purse in there when she went. And on the 24th, when we had the meeting for or the guardianship hearing, um, she came. She didn't want to stay. She did her usual theatrics, tried to run out. Her daughter convinced her to come back up, but she had to get the lipstick. Lipstick. That's what's most important at this point in time. Lipstick. And this man is upstairs, possibly dying. But she wanted to get the lipstick out the purse, and she wanted me to be removed from the room. She had to have total privacy. So there was another event after they realized. I said, I'm doing this because these are our father's last days. I left the camera on the chair opposite the room,
Hmm.
and she saw it as I got up, and she didn't even say anything. She kind of motioned to her daughter like this and did this. And I was like, oh, when we looked at it, it was scary. Oh my God. She looked and kind of pointed like this, and the daughter was like, oh, you forgot your phone. I say, what are y'all, what is she doing that she don't want nobody to see?
Whoa.
And she always wants to deal with his lips. My father couldn't walk, but she never once tried to rub his feet
Hmm.
or rub his legs
Hmm.
or rub his knees or rub anything. But she always wanted to put some on his lips. So what I did was, after a while, I said I would put it on his lips first and said his lips are good. They're good now. They're
Mm.
good. Rub his feet. His feet are sore. But then she would just leave.
She wouldn't rub his feet?
No,
Whoa.
no, no.
Miss Sylvia, she wouldn't touch him coming into the room. She would just come in, look at him, and she'd ask the staff, when is he dying? Like,
Once I saw she came in. You know how you're laying down on the bed. She came in and she put her cane across his legs. She put her cane in her coat across his legs. I want to say, that's a human. God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. She moved it, but I'm like, golly. She literally put her cane across his legs and her coat. Wow. So that showed me a lot. She didn't care.
did you guys mention the directive of before 9 and after 9?
Yeah, she mentioned to the
I think
staff.
I mentioned it to the people in the chat.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
If he dies before 9, call me. If he dies after 9, send me a text because I'll be sleeping. This
yeah,
is in writing.
yeah.
This is in writing.
But the day they brought that flask with the water or whatever's in it, that she had never brought anything up. But for some reason that day she decided to bring a big old flask that had water in it. So in her haste to leave, as she always does, she left it. So I confiscated it. And the next day when she
Did you get
came
it
back,
tested?
that's what we want to do. That's what we want to present to the police. That's what because we didn't
Hold
touch it
on,
with
hold
our
on, hold
hands.
on, hold on, hold on. Miss Sylvia, that's why I'm here.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. So the next day she came back. She didn't say good morning. She didn't say how you doing, Tommie. Her first question was, Tommie, did you guys see a black flask? My father can't even walk. He ain't seen no black flask, no blue flask. He don't even know how to move the curtains. And she was wondering where that flask was, and we didn't say anything. She's like, well, they went to the nurse's station. I mean, she was looking for it. She was really looking for it. He said, I know.
Okay, I think TL. I don't know what. Oh,
Or yeah, Corey is trying to come in. I don't know how to invite him in.
Corey's trying to come in. Did he hit
Yes.
the link?
Hit
Tell him to
it.
hit the link. Hold on a
Okay.
second. I tell him I
Yeah.
just put the link out in the chat.
Okay.
Or you could just send him a copy of the link. You want me to send you the link on the phone?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So her activities were really
TL,
they
text
were
me Corey's number and then I'll text
okay.
it to him.
Got it.
All right, Miss Sylvia, how are you? We good?
Good. I'm good.
I think they're getting Corey on, but yeah, my brothers, they, this has been an emotional moment for us because again, am I still wigging out with the audio?
Yeah, your audio, but it's okay. We know you're in a weird place. I understand it, and it's because TL didn't mute. Tommy didn't.
Put him off real quick.
Let me mute him for a minute. Hold
Yeah,
on, let me mute him.
I think that might be him.
I'm
So
my bad.
yeah, for the last I would say 20 plus years. So this part of the story, here's the strange thing. I was just coming from okay, I'll back up. I called my brother and said,
Hold on. Tommy,
okay,
can you please mute? Tommy,
Mute. Let
mute.
me mute. Yes. Okay. All right.
I only mute. Yeah, there we go. He's still
Funny
not
now.
muted.
He hasn't
Now I can't
muted.
find mute. Now I can't find mute.
Shut your computer down, man. Just log off. That's the best mute. Just log off
Oh my
entirely.
god.
You'll be muted. Let's see. Just ban him,
Y'all
Miss
go
for
ahead.
about 30 minutes.
Go ahead.
He is cracking up too.
He cracking up, the audio cracking up. Come on, bro.
Oh my god. I thought I clocked out of it. Still on. All right. I think I'm out. All right. So
No, you're not out. We still hear
I'm
you.
still not out. Hilarious.
This is what I deal with.
And what he's supposed to be doing for me, he still didn't do it. He didn't even text me.
TL?
He didn't text me Corey's number so I can send him. Okay,
There
hold
you go.
on.
He frozen now.
There it is. There it is. Hold on.
Now he done went frozen. Whew. So Miss Sylvia, if
Go ahead.
I'll say this right here. So, my father, when he went initially into the coma, she didn't tell us to do anything, right? And so, she didn't tell us, we didn't know anything. And I was actually at a business conference in Minnesota. And I asked my brother, I was like, hey man, I have this business conference. And he was like, I want to come. I was like, all right, yeah. So we met in Minnesota. And that's when we found out that he was in a coma. And the way we found out was because one of my cousins wrote a secret letter on a napkin, took a picture of it just to let us know the room number. We like, what is he? What is this? Like you get a room number and a exclamation point. That's how he told us when he was there. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. So we ended up just going straight from Minnesota, coming to Atlanta. And that's when she, was telling us that he needed to rest and, and all these things. We're like, nah. So when we went and my father opened his eyes, when he opened his eyes the first time, he saw my brother TL and he saw me. And his words were, is this a dream? We were like, nah, man, we here. And we instantly snapped back into place, because what people don't understand is the relationship that we had with our father. My father was, again, just Tommie Fitzhugh Sr. was an amazing individual, flawed with his just, some of the decisions that, women say do this, he made, but he was an amazing man. And so for us, we understood that we were always on call. We knew that when my father made the call, we would show up. See, here's something that we say. There was a lot of people that were there with him, a lot of people that he chose to be with. But Miss Sylvia, we were of him. We were of him. We, the four of us, make up the whole of him. If you take my brother, T.L. Fitz, the comedian, the fireball, if you take my brother Kouri, the heart, the soul, the connector, you take my brother Travis, the work, the strength, and then you take me, just, his, what he liked to do creatively. You put that all together, and that's Tommie Fitzhugh Sr. We literally make up the whole of him. Like, it's when we're all together, and like you'll see, we all came together, and it was just like we had never left. And so this time, God gave us 30 days. He gave my father said he went to the other side and he was ready to go. And no, I don't know what faith people have and what you believe, but our father told us that God said, not right now. And my father was like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. And he said, not right now. And when my father opened his eyes, that's when he saw us. And that's when he said, am I dreaming? So we had 30 days with our father to reconnect, to let him know that we understand how things happen with women because we've been in relationships. We understand how people make certain decisions, and we never stopped loving you, number one. We just knew we had to play our position, because when my father told me, he said these words. He said, listen, this was in 2004. He said, son, she's a little, feeling a little certain kind of way, but when she gets more comfortable, then, we're going to do our thing. And that was her way. She never got more comfortable. So much so that she didn't even allow him to have a relationship with his granddaughter. She told the granddaughter, stop calling him. You have to go through me, because she was concerned that the granddaughter wanted money for something in college. So nobody could get anything from him but her and hers. She didn't want anybody to have any access to him for anything. And again, we say it, but we have the documentation and things to prove it. So we don't say it, without being able to make it something that can be proven. So we definitely have our thoughts and our suspicions. And we, by this court case coming up, by her filing to contest his last will and testament, listen, I'm going to tell you, I asked my father, I said, hey, man, you know how we are. I said, you want me to kick it real to you? He said, kick it to me, son. I said, she gave up on you. She did. She pulled a plug. I said, so I'm just letting you know, we not. That we ain't doing that. We ain't going nowhere. So the fact that she gave up on you, and in her own words, she said, when we had a meeting with the staff, she said that where her mindset was back when at the other place when she thought he was going to die. Because when they pulled a plug, they told her, he's not breathing on his own. So he's not going to make it. And she said, okay. Back. So someone asked how old she was. She's about 75, 78, something like that. So she's an older woman as well. But it is true. Two things. My dad said in this room with me right now, when he had all of his boys and my brothers, again, we have all this videotaped. He said, in this room right now, everybody is authentic. Not like when other people in here, and he used this old school term. He said, phony baloney. She's phony baloney. And that's for real. And my dad told us, my sons are here when I needed you the most. That's what he said. Again, my brothers can finish it because it's the truth, Miss Sylvia. They can finish. We can finish each other's sentences when it comes to the last 30 days of our father, because we were there and we got an opportunity to honor our father. And we did also get a chance to honor our mother. So, our cycle in terms of honoring your mother and father, it happened. She tried to take that from us the same way that the funeral, what happened, Miss Sylvia, that was a little issue on the funeral. What happened was we had guardianship. And again, Miss Sylvia, I'm going to tell you the exact truth, and the people that's watching, we had guardianship. And when our father passed, we were with him. It was after 9:00, so we didn't call her because that was her directive. Don't call me after 9 because I'll be sleeping. We did call her the next day, but that was 12 hours of 4 brothers riding, talking, and trying to figure out what our decision was, Miss Sylvia. And I'll be honest with the people in the room. We had a choice. We said we're going to handle it ourselves. 2 said that, or we're going to include her. And 2 said that. Our issue was if we included her, we felt that it was going to be some funny business. So Miss Sylvia, again, it was 2-2. 2 brothers said, TL, well, two brothers said no. 2 brothers said yes.
Which 2 said no? Y'all 2.
No. TL said no. My brother Kouri said no.
Okay, you the one said yes. Okay. Travis
said yes. And the reason that I said yes, include her, was because I was like, man, I mean, even though Dad knew at the end what was going on, Dad knew what was going on, and that's why Dad told us certain things. We're going to give her the opportunity. We're going to do for her what she wouldn't do for us. We're going to give her the grace that she hadn't gave us. And we called her and we included her, and then that's when she shut us out. She had a secret funeral, didn't tell us where he was. We didn't know anything.
How was she able to do that when Kouri was the person that was in charge of all that?
Because we gave her the grace to be able to set things up. We didn't have to. Here's what we didn't need. We didn't need insurance money to bury him. We didn't need anybody to tell us. Our mother passed at 49, 29 years ago. And we put the funeral together. We didn't need any help. We knew how to handle a funeral. Oh, I think that's Kouri. Oh, Chad. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's Chad. But we knew how to handle a funeral. So that wasn't an issue. So we gave her that grace, and she took that moment and decided to give it to us one more time and didn't tell us. So let me mute myself.
Who's Chad? You sure that's not Kouri?
That might be his computer name.
Unless that's his computer name. I don't know. Well, join Chad.
Maybe his computer name is Chad Love or something. I don't know.
Chad?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Is that?
That's not Kouri. That's Chad for real.
That's Chad. That's Chad.
Who's Chad? Chad, who are you?
Nah, man. I was just calling in. I'm watching the show, and I appreciate y'all spreading the love like that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna put you down, Chad. We're waiting for Kouri.
Yeah,
right. Is he talking to us? Okay, so unmute yourself.
Yeah, I did. No, I said Corey's on with me. I was like, you called the wrong number, Corey. We need you to.
Tell him I send him the link. I send him the link.
Yeah, she sent you the link, Corey. He has an iPhone, so and
he has to go through the series. Like you did it, right? TL?
I did. I have the iPhone. Just go through, click. And,
all right, Corey, just go through the iPhone and click.
Yeah, and it takes
Do
you
it
right
through the how did you do it? You did it through Chrome, right?
through Chrome.
Yeah, tell him to go
Corey,
through Chrome.
click through Chrome, Corey.
Now, if TL could do it, he could do it, right?
Yeah, because I'm old school. I don't know how I ain't even know how to mute, so I ain't even know how to mute. So I got in. He should be able to get in.
Oh, Cam had asked, how old is she? She's 78, right?
She's 78.
78, okay.
78 and still carrying that type of anger and disdain is kind of wild. It's kind of wild.
I wanted to didn't he say he was going to give us a story of something that happened?
Who Alex?
Mm-hmm. See, you call him Alex. I call him Roderick.
Okay, yeah.
I'm be like, who's Alex?
Right. Roderick Alexander, but you know, middle names stand out for us a lot.
Okay, so Alex. Yeah. I'll just call him Alex. It's easier.
Yeah, but yeah, it just seems like the atmosphere always seemed to change when she came around.
See, the thing that got me really thinking is like the second will included her, but the will that she has excluded all you guys.
Oh yes, it did.
So that I didn't quite understand that.
Well,
added her kids.
But no, we didn't add her kids.
She added her kids.
She did. Of course, she did. That's why we know it was a big fraud. We acted off of what our father would have wanted, and that's the only reason we allowed her to handle the burial. Because at the end of the day, we say, okay, what would he have wanted if he was still here? He would have been the deciding factor, and it might have been 3-2, right? So we went off of that, and even in the will, we just wanted her to spend some time with him. Just be a wife. Just be a wife, and why you worrying why I'm staying all night? Because you're not. Had she been here all night like a wife, I would have respected and just leaned away and knew she was there. But nah, she didn't act like she wanted to be there, and her whole mission was just let me know when he expires. That's all it's sad, but that's all she wanted to know. She would come in, hey baby, all right, gotta go.
Did she hug him or kiss him or anything like that?
No, that's the thing. It was none of that. It wasn't loving. She would come in and kind of act as if, hey, touch his hand, but it wasn't a lot of love, a lot of just hugging him, I didn't want to be vain or rude or crude, but I was like, put your hand under the sheet, touch him,
TL, let me say,
touch that man.
Yeah, let me say something real quick to just give people an understanding. And Miss Tibbs, you put the link in the room. I think Corey can click on it.
Oh, put it in the room? Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that they talk about is that people have to be careful of the church. So what I mean by that is we were wondering, where are the prayer warriors?
Where the prayer warriors?
TL, mute.
We wanted to know about the prayer warriors, the people who were supposed to come and intercede in his behalf, the people who were supposed to be down there praying, and she did not. There we go. There's Corey. Okay, we're going to let Corey do his thing. So she did not call the church. There were no church people there. So I'll let Corey jump on and say Corey connected with the church, and we got the pastor down, and she was upset that we got the pastor down because she said we went behind her back. And we're like, but you keep talking about Jesus. Well, we trying to bring Jesus closer to him here. She wanted him to go up to visit him. So we like, wait a minute, let's get Jesus here first, then they can, meet up, whatever they doing. But I'm telling you, it was crazy. Here's Kouri. Let me mute myself in my
Hey,
bad mic.
Kouri. Hey, Kouri. Kouri, you got the YouTube on and we can hear it. You're going to have to turn that down over there.
Church, and we got the pack. Okay, I think you're good. I must apologize for the technical issues of my brothers.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What up, Ken? What up, Ronald?
We're waiting on you to talk.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
What happens?
You have to, Kouri.
I had to
Kouri, you
unmute
have to.
myself.
He done
What you mean?
turned the computer off, man.
Yeah, she told me because it was feeding back.
Now you in the black.
We're
Jesus.
waiting on you to talk.
So where are we?
We don't know. You in the blacks, bro. We don't know where you at. Jesus, man. What is this?
Okay, here's a question for you guys. Natty Lynn asked, she says, have y'all ever had a decent relationship with her in the earlier years before there was dad's decline, or she has always been this way?
Oh.
Kouri, can you answer that question?
What was the question again?
The question is, have you had a decent relationship with her in the earlier years before your dad declined, or has she always been that way?
She's always been that way. She's always been that way.
Kouri,
Yeah.
tell Miss Sylvia about the experience with the pastor and getting him to the hospital.
So a couple of times that we were at the hospice, my dad had told me to reach out to his coworkers and let them know where he were. He was a really big figure amongst his coworkers that he worked with at his job. So he told me to reach out to his coworkers and let them know where he were. And because she didn't want anyone to come and see him. No, none of his friends knew anything about him. They didn't know like his last days on this earth. They just didn't know where he was. And so um, I end up just doing some research. I knew someone who worked where my dad had previously worked. So I called that person and I got a lot of names of his friends and I end up reaching out to him, went on social media, emailed him. And so I got in touch with one of his really, really good friends at work. And his friend said that has anyone came down there and prayed with your dad? So my brother Travis had told me about, you know, the church that my dad had always been to. And so I end up just going online, figuring out the church, figuring out the pastor name. I end up calling the pastor. No, I end up calling and the lady answered the phone. And she knew my dad very, very well. And, she was just like pleased to hear about what was going on with him. And in less than 10 minutes, she said that she would get in touch with the pastor and that the pastor would definitely give myself or TL a call. Before the end of the day, that pastor lived up to his word. He gave us a call and he ended up saying that he would be down at that hospice at 4:30 and he was there at 4:30 on the dot. Well, she just so happened to be at the hospice that day and she was livid when the pastor showed up. She was pissed. But at the time, she thought that TL brought the pastor. So she never said one bad thing about me up until this time. She never said one bad thing about me. She only spoke bad about me when she walked through the hospice and she tried to speak to me and walk past my brother Rod. And I said, "Don't you see my brother Rod right here as well?" And all of a sudden, she didn't like me anymore. But I was watching. I've been watching. I've been trying to get on for a while, and I wanted to say this. It's so funny about you knowing about that will and him leaving everything to her kids.
I did my homework. I went through it and I read it. That's what I did my homework.
But guess what?
What?
The one time she came down to the hospital, my dad didn't even know who she was. They had to introduce her daughter to my dad.
What?
Yes. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And she referred to my dad as Mr. Fitzhugh. Yes. So they came down to the hospital. We were sitting with my dad out in the courtyard. He was well enough to get out of the hospice bed. First of all, he had timed out at the hospice. He had timed out. And so um, we went out to the courtyard. He wanted to get some sunlight. So we were out in the courtyard getting some sunlight. She must have came down to the hospice that day. And when she came in, I guess they first of all, when she came in and she didn't see him in the room, the first thing she said is he dead? And they was like, no, he's just outside getting some fresh air. So she came down to the courtyard. And when she got to the courtyard, we immediately got up so she could have her time with him. I didn't even know that was her daughter that was with her. And they walked over to my dad, and the first thing she said is, "Tommie, do you remember April?" My dad didn't, they didn't even recognize each other. And
Wow.
that's the lady that he gave. I thought about this the other day. I'm the youngest. My mom and dad probably divorced around the time I was 3 or 4, so that would make it 1978, 79. Why would someone divorce a woman in 78 and 79 and wait till 2025 to say, if I'm not married to a dead woman, her kids gets none of my inheritance? That makes no sense at all.
Say that again?
My dad been divorced from my mom since 1978 or 79.
Okay.
She said that my dad wrote down that if I'm not married to a woman upon my death, the kids get none of my inheritance. He hadn't been with my mom since 1978. He wouldn't wait till 2026 to say that. That's crazy in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's in her petition, Miss Sylvia.
I
It's
saw.
actually, yeah, in his supposedly last will. That's in there.
Hmm.
I wanted to say this part, just to throw this in there. When my mother passed in 1997, my father came and showed respect. He showed respect to the mother of his 4 kids. In the hospital, in the hospice, the only thing he asked for was, where are my boys? Where are my boys? He never asked, is my wife in it? Never. She was coming out to the hospice, not wearing a ring, not showing love. And my father said, well, it ain't been. He used to get up every day and leave the house. That was his routine. He'd get up and he'd get gone, get in his truck and get gone. And so they were just, they were just riding out the time. And, we think she helped.
Wow. So Corey, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Do you think that she has took part of his demise?
100%. I don't think I know
Okay.
because the day that he came out of the coma,
Mhm.
I was the first one that he opened his eyes to.
Mhm.
And TL and Rob were Alex was on their way down to the hospital. This is way before the hospice. This is when he was at Piedmont.
Mhm.
And we spent some time together talking about a lot of secretive things. And my brothers know that what we spoke about. And one thing I can tell you is my dad told me that the one thing that he did was eat chips, watch college football, or get in his car and just ride. And I said, so how did you go from eating chips, watching college football, just riding in your truck on, I'm gonna just pick a day. How did you do that on Wednesday and on Thursday you down and you never walked again in your life? And this is another thing. This is just how I know. When I got to Piedmont, the doctors was giving me all of his information, all of it. Everything that they told my dad he need to take, my dad looked at me and said, I don't want to take any of that medicine. That medicine is just making me sick. And so all these medical terms and all these things that they said that was going on with him, somehow everything that went on with him being in a coma, none of that was going on when he was in hospice. None of it.
Mm.
And so uh people just start having, so I'm trying to speak without saying so much, but
I understand.
it wasn't just us that have it had that much suspicion. The funeral home had the suspicion. Just the doctors, everybody had that particular suspicion. So um, it was basically confirmed because he didn't remember anything. He didn't remember anything. He was just one day I was good, and next thing you know, I'm just down. And so sometimes your intuition just lets you know what's really going on. Like, a lot of times, as crazy as this sound, we see so many of these Lifetime movies, and and I used to tell my brother, it's like a real life Lifetime movie. It was literally we could have put that on a Lifetime movie, like with all her actions, you know, uh, and it was just like she just wanted so much physical abusive control over him while he was at his weakest. And he never wanted us to leave his side. So a lot of the reason why she ended up in the situation she ended up, because when he was supposed to time out of the hospice, we were going to put him in a home
Well, hold on,
prior to
Court.
us.
Hold on,
Uh,
Court. Explain that because people may not understand timed out.
all right.
Normally, if you guys let me say
Normally,
something, and Court, fix your
normally
camera. Fix your camera, Court.
normally within
Fix your camera. Yeah.
normally within 1 to 9 days, basically you supposed to pass away in the hospice, or if you don't, you got to leave. Like, you just can't hold up a bed because the hospice is not there to get you well. You have to unmute, Alex.
Wow. Okay. So
We
I'll put the,
we mute because so we can hear you better. Because in where he is, it's kind of making it echo. That's why we mute so we
Okay.
can hear you.
So between 1 and 9 days he was supposed to go home, go to uh what was the a rehab another rehab facility. And so he never made it to the rehab facility. He just stayed in the hospice. And the social worker came in and they told her that he would have to basically come home. And prior to him supposed to come home, they told her that her house would have to turn into a form of a hospice or like a medical facility. And she was all game for it until my dad said he wanted his sons to have 24-hour access to him. And she said, well, I don't want him to come home.
Remember, she not only said she didn't want him to come home, she said, I don't want him to come back because there's nothing for him to do here. It's written. Everything we talk about is recorded.
Also, she said she didn't want him to come home. And also, she said she didn't want us to be in her house. And so the social worker told her, well, he won't be coming there. And that's how he ended up having to stay at the hospice.
Wow.
So, Miss Sylvie, let me say this. She had a choice. She said, we had a mediation and they said, well, what do you want? So we put together a form that we will submit to you, that we submitted to her. We did the rules where my brother TL, my brother Kouri, and my brother Travis would visit the house. I wouldn't visit the house. I would only come on special request from my father. We would come during certain hours and everything. So we submitted the paperwork so that we could have visitation.
Okay, well, question for you. Why wouldn't you not allowed to visit? Did she not like you the most?
Right.
Oh.
See, me and my dad had, and they'll tell you, me and my dad had a special relationship.
Okay.
I am his voice.
His favorite.
No, he didn't have no favorite. No.
Let me ask Kouri. Kouri, was that the favorite?
So, I mean, they say all parents may have a favorite. Like Travis was my mom's favorite, and she just loved herself with Travis. She loved all of us, but maybe because Travis was just not the best at football. Uh, but my dad and Rod had a very, very close relationship. They were very close.
Kouri, your phone is messed up. You got the messed up phone right now.
TL, you explain it.
It's just that they had a very good understanding, especially when it came to business and the legacy of our family. He knew that he could take the steering wheel. So, it was just something they understood together. And in business, she knew they would be successful. And that's why she put a wedge in between to stop the business ventures.
Okay. All right. So she felt threatened by Alex. Okay.
She was so threatened in the last days, she wound up calling from our father's phone after he was deceased. She called our cousin and said, I'm only calling from this phone because Roderick might have my phone bugged. True story.
Wow. So what does it look like for the next hearing that they're going to have? What is the outcome supposed to be like? Is it going to be the probate part, or is it her contesting it? Because I saw she was objecting to you guys probate.
Right. So you got to TL. Do you want me to take it?
Go right ahead. Tell her what's going on.
Yeah. So what's going on is this, and this is what we don't understand. We were told that there was nothing, but our father told us different. And we got some things that we just can't really discuss about, a few things that we just can't discuss because we're still getting ready to go through the legal part. And it would be, it wouldn't be a good decision for us to just tell it right now, but it's going to come out in the open court. But what we're looking to do is to defend the fact that our father's last will and testament is his last will and testament. They're trying to say that he was not only coerced, that he was not in his right mind, and that he was, they're trying to paint her picture, but the truth don't change. The truth just doesn't change just because you don't like it. So they're trying to come in and say that we coerced him, that he was out of his mind, that this was done. This was we schemed and scammed is her thing. We scammed our father. Again, the last 30 days, she may have came 5 times to check if he was alive or not. We spent all those days. With him. It was an amazing time for a father to bond with his sons. He brought us all into this world, and we all were there when he left this world. I have no questions. I have no ifs, no ands, and no buts. We're solid with our dad. And that's what she tried to take from us. That's what she wanted to take from us. She wanted to be able to say that he's gone and you guys never got what you needed, but we got it. It doesn't matter what people want to do. If you try to kill him, you try to poison him, you try to do whatever. And again, we aren't saying anything to that. We're only focused right now on the probate. But we are going to get justice for our dad one way or the other. We're definitely going to get it. And again, we want it to be open. We want everybody to know everything because we don't have nothing to hide. That's why we videotaped everything, Miss Sylvia. Mm-hmm. We videotaped. You can see our father. You can see him standing up. And for those, like we said, our father was so much in his right mind that when TL and Kouri and Mr. Barber took him outside, our father was very specific. And again, my father said, sit me this way. I need to be facing this way. You need to be facing that way. You need to be facing that way. My father was in his right mind. He was sick. It's like if you got a stomach ache, that don't mean that you don't know where you are. He had, he was sick, unnaturally sick, if you will. But, again, he was in his right mind. And that's what they're looking to fight, to say that he wasn't in his right mind. But we're going to be able to prove through doctors, through nurses, through video evidence, all of that our father's in his right mind. But here's the thing. If we're fighting for nothing, why are we fighting?
Exactly.
Go ahead, Tia.
That would be my question. Why is it so important to have her will succeed ours in probate if there is nothing to probate?
Well, I wanted to read what she wrote on the Is that okay? I can read that.
Yes.
She wrote on this thing here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna read to them. I'm not gonna show it just in case it has her address and stuff. I don't want that shown, so I'm just gonna read what it says here. Hold on. It says, now come Victoria Fitzhugh, right? Fitzhugh, right? How do you say your name?
It's Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh.
Okay. Widow of now late above reference proposed ward Tommie Lee Fitzhugh Sr. filed this response to petition and final order on petition for emergency guardianship and conversation and insurance of letter, and shows the court the following. 1. The proposed ward in this matter, Tommie Lee Fitzhugh Sr., was a resident of Henry County and has been for several years. Exhibit A. Mr. Tommie Lee Fitzhugh passed away on November 1st, 2025. Number 2, Mr. Fitzhugh Sr. experienced an allergic reaction in August 2025, for which he received treatment at Piedmont Henry Hospital. So he had a reaction, allergic reaction?
That's what it was. That's what we believe she got to him. Whatever this reaction was, he had a reaction from blood pressure medicine she gave him. And everything went from there.
As a result, he was sedated for 2 weeks and experienced several health challenges. After being sedated for 2 weeks, it was suggested that Mr. Fitzhugh Sr. to get a Tracheotomy? What is that?
A blood transfusion.
Okay. He refused to receive that procedure. Mr. Fitzhugh Sr. was then on a limited diet and received his nutrition via most parade food. So she was bringing that food to him, or was the hospital giving it to him?
It was through the breathing tube, actually.
Okay.
Mhm.
After recovery from being sedated, Mr. Fitzhugh started his recovery and rehabilitative treatment with some physical therapy. The treatment needed for Mr. Fitzhugh was discharged from Piedmont Henry and transferred to Puri. Why is I'm hearing myself? Who's not muted? TL, of course. TL, of course. All right, let me go back to my reading. Hold on. I gotta go find it. Okay. He was discharged from Piedmont, went on to Purud Health for her rehabilitative. Unfortunately, Mr. Fitzhugh Sr. was only there for 2 days. He had complained of experiencing breathing challenges. He was then transferred to the emergency room, and while there, due to the level of PF care he needed and the health concern experienced, Mr. Fitzhugh, I'm going to just say Mr. F. Mr. F made the conscious decision to hospice care. Based on an available facility, Mr. and Mrs. F selected Bridgemore in Riverdale, Georgia, for his hospice care. Upon his admission at Bridgemore, Mr. F. Sr. was alert, aware of his being and surrounding enough to make his own decision. Mr. F. was nominated as the agent of health care matter in Mr. Oh, Mrs. F. was nominated as a healthcare matter in Mr. F. Senior advanced directive of healthcare and for financial matter in his Georgia statutory power of attorney. Exhibit B. After his admission at Bridgemore, Mr. F. started declining and the facility declined to accept Mrs. F. Senior's. Okay, hold on. The facility declined to accept Miss F. Senior's authority granted for the power of attorney document. Since his admission to the facility, Mr. F.'s sons, Tommie Lee, Roderick, started having greater presence in the facility and prohibit Miss F. from engaging with her husband. Mr. F. Sr. and his sons have been estranged for nearly 15 years. They also prohibited the facility from sharing any detail regarding her husband's condition with her, which was exceptionally devastating. In particular, Tommie Lee essentially lived in the room with his father and would not allow Miss F to visit with her husband privately to have any intimate moments with him. Miss F was conflicting and tumultuous relationship had for the most part previously been quite courteous to each other. The behavior of Mr. F. Sr.'s children were very expected as well. They were not very close to their father. They spoke on the telephone occasionally, but did not visit with their father or engage in frequent family activities. Miss F. was not informed of any guardianship proceeding and had been intimidated by her husband's sons and isolated from her husband during the last days. On the last visit with her husband prior to his passing, Miss F visited with her husband on October 30th, 2025, and she noticed his condition was declining and he indicated his lips were dry. She attempted to aid by placing Vaseline on his lip, and his son, Tommie Lee, that's you, TL, angrily told Miss F not to touch his father. Miss F did not want to cause any additional tension and stress for her husband and she left the hospital feeling very humiliated, threatened, and hopeless. This was the last interaction she had with her husband. After leaving the hospital, Miss F was visited by the police with allegations that she was interfering with the court order to which she had no knowledge of. She was not present. She was not present with the court order and was very confused with all that has been taking place lately related to her husband. Mr. F was moved shortly thereafter to ICU in Southern Regional on either Thursday or Friday. She was not informed of the changes in her husband's condition at any point in time, as the facility was directed to not communicate with her by her husband's son, Tommie Lee. Unfortunately, Mr. F Sr. was unable to recover from his illness and did not get to see his wife prior to his passing on November 1st, 2025. Miss F was notified of her husband's passing on Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Mr. F, the appointed conservator, did not even know what to do or whom to call after his father's passing. And now Mr. F Sr. has passed. She had been contacted to give additional direction that she had already provided to the facility prior to exclusion from any communication with her husband's care team. This experience has been a heartbreaking for Miss F and a tremendous disappointment in the matter of which all that has occurred has forever traumatized her, that this is the recollection of her husband's last few days. That's it. That's it. Unmute.
Yep, that'd be the big bad wolf. Yeah. Yeah. That's everything about that is a crock.
Okay, if Kouri was trying to get back in, I did not know if he was because I was on the other side reading. So if he's trying to come back, tell him he can come back now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you was the bad one, huh, Tommie?
Yeah, that's her claim. And my father never said anything about his lips or requested anything. You know, he never requested anything. That's just a total lie. Her thing was whatever she was trying to do, she had to get it on his lips so that he could take it orally. That's all that was. She didn't care about any other parts of his body except his lips. So I guess chapstick cures illness.
Kouri, I don't see you. He said he's backstage. I don't see him.
Yeah.
ATL, let me just take a few things. And Miss Sylvie, we understand. So Miss Sylvie, look, here's the thing. We're going to take that piece by piece.
Okay.
Line by line.
Okay.
And just say this. Number one, she had the initial secret codes to get to see my father, directive that no one's to be there. You had to call her if you wanted to see him. She had all these blocks and things at a hospice, but hospice is different than a hospital. See, hospice is 24 hours. So it is different visitation rules. So she couldn't do what she wanted to do. We only stepped in when our father needed care and she wouldn't let him get it. They wanted to give him the pills to let the water get off his chest because they told her, again, all of this is in writing because they have to keep it in writing. They asked her 2 times, ma'am, do you want us to give him something that can get the word off his chest because he can't breathe. It's like he's suffocating. She said, no. They said, no. Do you want us to give him something to help him breathe? No, don't give him nothing. So we're in there and he can't breathe and we want him to breathe. So we're like, wait a minute, why can't you guys do something? They're like, our hands are tied. See, their hands were tied. Our hands were not. So we went, and not only did we think he was in danger, the court thought he was in danger. They sent paperwork not only to different agencies, but they sent it to the Georgia DeKalb County Crime Lab.
Really?
Yeah. TL will find that for you. That's his. He'll find it for you. So they sent it to the crime lab. The findings, because again, we weren't the only one that wanted him to do better. And something that Kouri said about timing out in the hospice. Normally, when someone goes into a hospice, it's because they're on their last days. So normally, a person stays about 2 days, Miss Sylvia. The longest a person has stayed there before they passed in Brightmoor was 9 days. My father was there 27 days. They were like, we had to start getting food outside of hospice because my dad wanted real food. So we had started having to go out and get him salmon salads. And I mean, he was getting better. He wasn't getting worse. Miss Sylvia, Kouri's backstage, just so you know. So
is he using the right link, Kouri?
Yeah, he says it's saying that I'm backstage. I
don't see him back there. Are you using the right link? Let me get the right link to you.
Yeah, he might be backstage on one of your other shows. You really backstage, bro. You like back in time stage.
Okay, try it now.
All right, we're gonna try to get him. Yeah. So Miss Sylvia, so everything that she's saying, like they tried to keep me away. No, you tried to keep everybody else away. When she said they didn't give me information, no, you said that they could give nobody information. Everything that she's saying is something that she did. So when she said, don't give any information, I'll be honest. TL said, okay, if she wants information, have her call me. She refused to call TL to get the information. So again, it's going to show in the records that we said, not don't give her information, call TL the same way that she did for us. That's what we did. Just call TL. Call TL for the information. Anything you want to know, we're going to tell you. Remember, in that will that you saw, we didn't exclude her. We wanted her to come down and spend time with him. We wanted her to spend more than 5 minutes, with him. And when she didn't get her way, she would leave. So everything that you read, I can tell you that's what she wanted to do from us. The dates are wrong. She didn't see him on the 30th. The 30th was the day before he died. She didn't see him. She had stopped coming down because we had a meeting. And I'll say this is when she no longer came after her last visit. We had a meeting and they asked my father what he wanted to do. And he said, I want to try one more time. I want to give it one more shot. And she said, you want to go through all that again? He said, yeah. She said, you want to go through it all again? My brother's TL said he said it 2 times. That's what he wants to do. That's when I came in and I said, listen, Dad, all that stuff about what she's saying and what you wanted and you didn't want to be a vegetable. I said, that ain't this. That ain't this. And when my father said he wanted to live, she was so mad. She was so mad, she began to yank. And I don't know if you have the picture. She began to yank the sweater while he's in the bed in front of witnesses on tape. yank a sweater from around his neck. So my father's in a bed like this with that sweater.
You mean
I'm
the
sorry, I was
scarf? The scarf.
the scarf.
With
She
that
said,
scarf.
I
Yes, that
don't
exact
trust
scarf.
this scarf. You don't trust the scarf? These are her words. What you mean you don't trust the scarf? You don't trust the scarf that we prayed on and we put around his neck for protection from you? Interesting that you said you don't trust the scarf.
There's a scarf right here.
There it is. That's my father who she said, that's my father out in the sun. That the scarf right there that she said, it was on his neck just like this. And she grabbed it and started yanking it because she was so upset that he said he wanted to live. She said, I don't trust this. You'll hear about it. We're going to play it. You're going to hear that everything that we're talking about is word almost for word. So everything she's saying, like you're saying stuff that didn't happen. You're talking about a man who they said was going to die. He's out here in the sun living it up. You're going to see video where he's standing up. We got the video where he's standing up. He said, hey, I want to stand up. I got to move. And you'll find out that his favorite time not was when she showed up. You know, his new favorite time was bath time. That was his new favorite time. That's what he told the boys. Hey boys, y'all go make yourself useful. Let the ladies do their job. Make yourself useful. So we looked at him and he gave us that dad look and we were like,
okay,
all right, you know. So we were making it. So I'm gonna put myself on pause so that on mute so that my brothers can talk without the background. I think TL may have his volume up, which is why we keep hearing the feedback.
Oh, because we don't hear it anymore.
I was on mute. But I did have that information though. It was also sent to the Georgia Crime Information Center. Attention CBS operations on Panthersville Road because of our suspicions of her possibly poisoning.
So who did that? Who sent it off to them? You
This
or the
was
hospital?
this was from the final order in the petition for guardianship because we indeed believe his life was in danger. We just couldn't pinpoint how she was doing it. And it was just very peculiar. The night she visited, he seemed to have a very bad night where we had to come in the middle of the night to sit with him while they helped him to breathe. And when we took the control of this thing all night or every day, he just kept getting better every day, every day.
I
He
have a
didn't have those.
question.
Yes.
So you don't know where he was buried?
We did find out eventually where he was buried because we did have to actually go there and get the certificate of death. But it wasn't until afterwards.
So she never invited you guys to the funeral?
Never gave him a proper burial for his family.
Wow.
And as Kouri can tell you, we never visited the funeral home. Kouri did to get the paperwork. We were never a part of the process. But Kouri, are you on?
Hey, TL.
Let Kouri tell her about how they.
Yeah, TL.
Yes.
Some things, just hold tight on that. You know, you can't tell.
As far as how they received her. Yeah.
Just hold tight.
Yeah.
Remember, a lot of people watch Miss Sylvia, so we have to. Some things they have to just come out in court. Remember, TL.
Yeah.
Miss Sylvia, some things you know how we just gotta.
I know.
Yeah.
But we had our reasons, and that's probably why they sent it to that department.
Okay. Kouri, you back? Kouri, can we hear you? Can you hear us?
I can see his name on there, but I don't know.
I think my brother is officially your worst guest.
He's trying. Cam says, you unmuted, Kouri. I see you unmuted, but you're not saying anything.
What were you saying, Miss Sylvia? Cam?
Oh, Cam said, I feel like she was doing something to their dad for a while. She sounded wicked.
Yeah, this was not. This was yeah. There you go, Cam. There you go. And again, yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say this. She mentions that we were estranged for so much time. We weren't estranged from our father. She gave him an ultimatum. Them or me. We weren't estranged from him, which is why when we had the opportunity and the call came, we immediately went to him. We didn't go to him looking crazy. We went to him as soon as he woke up. Hey, Dad, we weren't estranged from our father. She was the estrangement. She was the one that said that we weren't welcome in her home. So as sons, we understood that we couldn't put our father in a position where he needed to even make the choice. So we said we stepped back to make it easier for him to deal with her. We didn't have to deal with her. You're going to always be our father. We are of you. So the estrangement is just a flat out lie. We weren't estranged from our father. We were separated from our father because of her. That's the part she leaves out. She leaves out that part. She leaves out why we hadn't seen our father. Again, if that was an issue with us, we wouldn't have. When the people from the facility tell you how it was with our father, look at the pictures. Look at us praying together. Look at how happy our father is. And our father saying, you guys bring me life. That's what she wanted to stop. That's what she wanted to control. So all of this stuff that she's saying, we are going to be able to not only refute it, but show evidence. We're waiting for our day in court because our dad's going to have his proper burial, and we're going to get to the bottom of what really went on. You know what I mean? We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Kouri, are you back? Kouri, he's having a phone problem.
Go ahead, TL.
I say he not ready for prime time. Yes, well, he the dancer. Yeah, but I tell you, this is a very interesting situation. I'm glad you were interested in covering it, Miss Sylvia, because we really do want to understand what has happened. But we know their relationship wasn't good for a long time. That part you could tell. It just didn't seem natural anymore. But for our father to not respond or to say anything to us when we had to confront her, that said everything to us in the end. At the end of the day, when I asked her not to put, whatever she wanted to put on his lips, because I just didn't trust it, I wanted to say, why don't you put it on yours and lick your lips first? Then maybe I could trust it. But he never chastised me or asked me why I did it. My father said something to me that my brother knows. It kind of shook me, but I didn't understood it. He said, I got the real Tom now. And when he first said it, it threw me as if, what was I before? I didn't understand it, but then he knew I was there to protect him. He said, I got the real Tom now, and I wasn't going to compromise even if he was there. Because there was a moment where he asked me, he just wanted peace. We were both in the room, and he said, just hug her, Tom, and let's just have peace. And I told him, I said, if I hugged her, I would be, I did. I said, if I hugged her, I will be lying to you. I said, and I told you, I'm not going to lie to you while you're living. I said, I'm not there yet. And he didn't make me. He was like, oh, understood, because she left. And after that, we began to continue having conversation. So that's why we knew it was different. He didn't he didn't say anything negative to us for standing up for him.
One of the things I want to say real quick, Miss Sylvia, is we don't want this part lost, and this is just me. This man was my hero. This was my dad. This was the guy. This was the guy. And it killed me not to be able to share some of the things that we did. The app that I did, Juby Lee, named after my mom and my father, Juby Tommie Lee, Juby Lee. It killed me all these years not to be able to see my dad, you know? And I'm saying for her to say that we were estranged, like there was a problem with our dad. No. Thank God that God gave him those last 30 days to be with us, because we got a chance to listen, to have an opportunity to be there when the man that brought you in the world, to be there. I was holding his hand. He was looking at me. And I knew that the time was getting short. I knew that the time was getting short in that hospital room. My father was just happy in his eyes that we were there. He wasn't no vegetable, but God gave him 30 days. And when my father said, I think I'm going to make it this time, I think I'm going to make it this time, that had to be when he went to heaven. God said, okay, you good now. God gave him 30 extra days, and he lived every single day of those 30, and his boys were there every single day. So when he passed, we had to deal with that. And then the funeral, we had to deal with not knowing where he was buried. We didn't know what was going on. And then for her to file a lawsuit saying that she is contesting, and the things that she has in that document that may not be authentic, that is a slap in his face, to say that this proud man who was proud of his last name would want to leave his legacy to two people who didn't come and see him and didn't know him. And let me say this. My father told us, a wise man and a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, which is why we know that he left certain things. And because of an issue with an attorney who did something they shouldn't have done, this is how she got wind of it. And this is why she is filing this paperwork, because she's trying to put herself in position that my dad smartly moved her out. Again, we have everything on video. We have everything. And I'll stop and turn it over to TL and put myself on mute.
I do appreciate you though, Miss Sylvia. You did your homework. I'm looking at a lot of the video, and this is why we captured it. We wanted at least to have a remembrance of our father at 80 years old while we broke bread with him. I appreciate you for this. Yeah. Yeah, in 30 days, we were able to make amends. We were able to hear a lot about some of the stories he never told us. And it really was amazing. And I don't know why somebody would hate to see that so much, but for some reason, his wife hated our camaraderie. She just did. Yeah.
So that's the beginning of the story, Miss Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying maybe she was jealous.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all was a threat to her. I don't know.
She still would have benefited financially. I don't get it. That's the part I don't understand. She would have benefited. You know, she's still his wife. I just don't understand though what kind of. I don't understand why you need to fill out all this paperwork, go to a lawyer to have him draw up papers if you're his wife. What was so important April 17th of 2024 that this needed to be done?
It's so
That's my
quick.
biggest question.
Yeah.
What was going on that we need to draw up all this legal paperwork that never got, you know, submitted?
And didn't get notarized right because I
Nor
checked the
did it.
notary.
You see those two different dates?
Yeah, 2 different dates and then those sealed. And I was like, what the heck is going on here?
That listen, that is funny, but we go like my brother says, it's certain we just want a lot to come out in court.
I know.
Lord have mercy.
Let me at least say this part. Miss Sylvia, you read that her power of attorney and things
Yeah, I read it.
was not accepted. It was signed in pencil.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody signed it in pencil. Come on, man. Here's what happened. The facility said, you need to turn this in or it doesn't exist. Miraculously, she turns it in, but it's in pencil.
She literally lied and said she was told she didn't have to have a power of attorney.
They said, no, ma'am, that ain't what nobody here told you that.
Yeah.
Or maybe she didn't lie, TL. She may have misspoke.
That's still a lie.
I know, but we don't want anybody to say that we said that they were lying. She may have
Allegedly.
misspoke.
Allegedly.
Right. So I understand that we have to be, careful on here. Again, our day in court is coming up, Miss Sylvia, the 7th. It's public record, everybody. So
April 7th.
April the 7th.
And we will be there.
Oh man. And listen, we are ready to go. We represented ourselves and people were like, you guys did yourself. We represented ourselves in the guardianship and we got it in 2 or 3 days. We actually got it when they did an emergency meeting, and Friday they scheduled it. Monday we were supposed to have court or something. That didn't happen because, she didn't take the service. Then Tuesday, she didn't take the service. And then we had it and then we got it. And the court found, that there's something here. So guardianship was given to us. Conservatorship was given to Cobb County. They wanted to find out what's going on with his money, right? So, she said she didn't know any of this. Yeah, you
Cobb
did.
County?
I'm sorry, Clayton. I apologize. Clayton County. There you go. There you go. No. Clayton County. I've been out of the country too long. So, but yeah, so definitely I'm looking at, looking for our day in court, and we will get justice for our father, because I think by her greed and disdain, she opened up something that is going to end up opening up something.
Yeah.
Stupid criminals.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and we still we want to see those footage.
Oh yeah, TL has all the footage. TL, yeah, you listen, man. TL, get that to Miss Sylvia. Get that to Miss Sylvia. Miss Sylvia, I'll stay on him to make sure. I mean, he's pretty good with that. But we're gonna make sure we get you this footage. We have hours, and again, everything you'll be able to line up. What we're saying, you'll be able to see it on video.
Okay.
You'll be able to see our father. Well, I'll just say you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see everything.
And your brother did tell you I did some open record requests.
Ooh, Lord.
I have done.
Yeah, Miss Sylvia, it is. And again, we want to thank you for taking the time and really highlighting this. Again, this has been, a moment where it's so bittersweet, because those 30 days were an amazing time for me. It's just so much that I wish, we were talking about success and coming out we were God had other plans, and we're just thankful that God gave him a second chance to make it right with us. So that was an amazing time, Miss Sylvia, and I appreciate your viewers for watching, and again, this as they would say, this gonna be something, because we own it now.
I have a question.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
something goes really, 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 really bad, are you going to put that woman, that old lady, in jail? Come on now.
I will say this clearly:
Oh,
if
she's too
she
old.
had something to do with our Father, she will end up where she's supposed to be. Nah, we gonna let she gonna end up where she's supposed to be if you had something to do with it. Yeah, old ain't got nothing to do with evil. Old ain't got nothing to do with evil, Miss Sylvia.
Okay.
You don't get a one-off. You don't get to get one. You don't get a mulligan. But that's just my first one.
Okay.
You don't want you to have a second. We don't know what you might end up doing. But no. But on the real tip though, again, Miss Sylvia, we only wanted peace. We tried to make peace in the fact that the documents say it, the documents show it. And this woman didn't want any of that. I agreed not to come to the house.
He wanted to stick it to you guys, so I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Listen, if the way she had it set up, we would have found that our Father was gone, and she would have handled everything the way she wanted to handle it, and she would have been able to tell us, well, he's gone, and it is what it is. That's what she would have been able to tell us.
And if it wasn't for your cousin sending you the cryptic note, you would have never known he was in the hospital.
Right. Wouldn't have never known that she was in that our father was in the hospital, and then that moved my brother Travis to kind of go and find out what was happening, and I just thank God that everything happened. I think it was God's timing. We just thank God for every single day. And if you saw in the paperwork, I think we have it. There was a calendar, and we were Xing off the days that our dad.
I see it. Hold on, let me show it to you.
Yeah. So
This is it right here. This is the calendar. I have it right here.
Yeah, this will come up. So this calendar, I bought this calendar, and I bought it because I was like, you know what? We are going to count the days that we have with our Father, because the hospice was saying, he could go at any moment. It could be tonight. Every night, it could be tonight. But he just kept getting stronger. And so this shows every day that we beat death with our Father. And they're looking at this as if we were doing something nefarious with this. This was our way to convince our Father to, give us whatever, give us nothing, because they're saying that he had nothing. So we're trying to convince our Father with this and practicing, because we knew that if you look at this calendar, on all those days, we didn't know when would be the day, up until 28, 29, 30, 31, and then the first. We didn't know. So we weren't practicing on trying to scam our Father. We didn't need to scam our Father. We were with him. I literally was planning on, like, man, Dad, I can't wait, to take you to sit in front of the beach, man. And we just sit in front of the beach and just sit, man, watch the sun. That's what our plans were. That's what we wanted to do. And so, but they were under the ideas that we wanted him gone. Now, our Father, for us, and we say this, our Father was worth much more alive than in his passing. We can't say that for everybody. That's all I can say about that. I don't know if Kouri is on, Miss.
Kouri is on.
Oh,
Kouri.
okay. Kouri, I'll let you speak, bro. Let me come on.
Oh, he just left. He just left.
Okay, yes, Miss Sylvie. But again, you know, I know that many of your viewers are going to watch this, and people will be decided because again, here's what we know: there's two sides to every story. We understand that. We're going to tell you our point. Other people are going to tell you their side. But what you can't deny is what is on video, unless you alter the video. But what you're going to be able to see and hear is everybody speaking their own personal truth, you know. And so you'll be able to make your decision based on what you see and hear and what we say. So everything that I've said, we've been speaking for Miss Celia 2 hours. Now, I don't have any notes. I don't have anything that I'm sitting just talking to you. And so what I'm saying to you is that when you look at the video, what I'm telling you is going to match up. It's going to match up. So it's like you don't have to rehearse the truth. Mm-hmm. The truth just doesn't change. And my father always told us, trust God and never quit. And that's what we were in this situation. We trusted God and we just never quit. And that's for real. That's for real, Miss Sylvia.
Yeah. Tommie's trying to send me something. Let me see.
Okay. Hopefully he's starting to send you those videos.
He's on. It says he's online. I'm waiting for him to come on.
Oh, okay.
And Kouri keeps popping in and out. I don't know what's going on with his phone.
Yeah. See, I've got a whole computer set up at his place. So he should be able to jump on with maximum efficiency.
Fine. There you go.
Cool. Jesus.
Kouri, is it working now?
He do better just chat. Just type. Just type your words.
Poor Kouri.
Yeah, just type your words, bro. But you know, honestly, Miss Sylvia, it brought us, the brothers, all together because that's the first time that we have all been with our father since our mother's funeral in 1997. That's the first time that we have all been with him all together since 1997. Now, I had been spending more time with him, but you know, my other brother lives out of town. My other brother was in the Navy, so I was spending most of the time with him. You know, when she gave him that ultimatum again, gave it to him. I understand why he had to make that decision. Now, personally, myself, like I personally wouldn't let anybody or would have allowed anyone to come between my children and myself. But my dad was on wife number 3, and he was wanted to be a man of principle. And he didn't want to do this. He didn't want it to go wrong anymore. So he was going to do it. And then sometimes when you're throwing the Bible in front of people, you're throwing the Bible say that a man should cover his wife and they should be together and let none down. And so that's what she was throwing on him. And so, you know.
Meanwhile, but she didn't have the church to pray for him.
Nah. Everything that they did in her mind was we together, we as one, husband and the wife, this, that, the other, and the church. But again, for my father, 2021 is kind of when things started getting a little shaky. And that's when they stopped going to church. But you still talking about all this stuff you're doing in the name of the church, but you're not going to church, and you don't want the church you don't want to do none of the other stuff. Okay, there you go. He gonna type. I told him, yeah, just type. He's just typing.
Okay, Kouri.
We're tight. So yeah, Miss Sylvia. Again, for us, we are literally caught off guard because in November, we were told nothing and this and that, and then again, we have some information that things were different, and we think that she got hold of that information, and that's why this petition was filed, based on what she may have received,
Oh,
and
so I got some audio. You
okay,
want me to play it?
yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, here we go.
Hold on, y'all.
This is live.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. I don't know what it says, so
3 sides, yeah, ours, theirs, and the truth, yeah. That what my brother's gonna say, yeah.
hold on, let me play it. Can y'all hear it?
So I don't think, like I said before, I don't think anything imminent is going to happen while he's here now.
Can you hear it?
Massive right here.
So he's ready now for what's the next step?
Okay.
Placement.
Rehab, nursing home.
That's the same thing.
Is that her talking?
Yes.
So you can't do personal care home. If you don't have means to take care of them at home, then it will be rehab, skilled nursing facility. So somebody to take care of him, because he's pretty much right now going to be hand and foot, and if he goes there, I guess you want him to get therapy and that sort of thing. That'd be kind of up to you guys. Up to me. And that's what's on the books. I'm not really getting into that stuff.
Are you willing to go back to Pruitt here? That's easy for me to get to. Are you willing to go back to Pruitt and have a private room? You'd be okay with a private room? And they will try some rehab too.
He's talking.
Pruitt, right?
Yeah. He's saying, yes, I want to go back.
Pruitt where? By Henry Peak now.
So Encompass or
No.
Pruitt and Henry? Right.
Because Encompass, is he able to do that?
It's more of a,
That's what I'm saying.
so I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Did you want to go with hospice or do you want skilled therapy? That's two different.
Misunderstanding. I thought you were saying he's not with hospice. I mean, he shouldn't be hospice right now. I'm sorry if I'm a little slow.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, if he's like he is now, right? He's hospice appropriate, but you want to seek more aggressive treatment, then you can do that without hospice, right? So if you want to try to fix these pulmonary embolisms, then talk to the GI guys about treating the hematologists, about treating these embolisms. That's up to you. You can do that as well, but hospice doesn't do that stuff. Hospice doesn't do that. If you want to be comfortable with the PEs where they are, now that's going to take you probably back to the same decision you guys had last time, whether you want to give the IV medicine to try to treat the PE and put at risk of bleed, and just want to kind of.
Who's that talking?
That's the doctor.
Okay.
Do you want to go back to treating with IV and all of that for the clots or the GI issues, or you just want to have medication for comfort? Which one do you want? Do you want to see if with IV and all these procedures to try to do something for your clots and stuff, do you want treatment like that, or you just want something for comfort? You understand what treatment is? Go back to having procedures.
So she's trying to talk him out of the procedure. She said, "You want the procedures?" Watch this. He said, "Yes."
Right, man, I'm trying to get him.
He gave you some twice treatment. Twice he said it.
Twice he said yes.
Yeah, he said yes.
IV as a doctor. Are there other methods outside of IV?
Well,
They can treat COVID.
so the options, those options are a little bit out my scope of practice.
Gotcha.
So that would have to be a vascular and GI would have to get together and kind of decide, you know, what means they can do to fix the clot. So they probably inquire re-imaging to see where we are at the clot.
And that's the X-ray.
Let's say like on the VQ scan, CT scan.
Right. That, yeah.
And then, you know, seeing what the risks are as far as giving him medicines to treat the clot again, what he's going to bleed out. And then after that, everybody has to be in agreement that's the risk they're willing to take. But that's going to be, that line of therapy delineated by vascular and or GI.
But isn't there something you could do to see where the clots are?
Well, we know they're in the lung. You know, you want to know the extent of it.
Is there something that we're doing here to find them?
So she was telling all of us that he had blood clots. So they was pumping him trying with stuff to treat blood clots. Come to find out, Miss Sylvia, there were no blood clots. The medical reports will show that. So she was telling them that it was something else, that he didn't have blood clots. He didn't have pulmonary embolism, but that's what she told the hospice. So we're sitting here thinking that we got to treat blood clots, and that ain't even it. That ain't even it. So we're thinking that his problem is blood clots. This is why he's having these issues with the breathing and phasing out. Nah, they said he ain't got no pulmonary embolism, no blood clots. So again, she's giving a fake. Let me say it the right way. I want to be clear, because in her information to the doctors, he had a pulmonary embolism. She said that at the hospice. But in the records, it was showed once they checked, they said, he don't have no pulmonary embolism. He ain't got no blood clots. So they were looking at, you know, that's why they pumping him with blood and trying to do stuff, and it's causing an issue. They don't know why it's, you know, why he's bleeding when you're pumping the blood into his system, because he didn't need that. But I'm sorry, go ahead. I just want to give context on that.
No, you mean a different kind of machine that the one they got before he came, you know. But, you know, I probably they're still the same there. I'm just assuming, you know, because your own body gets rid of clots on its own, but to get rid of bilateral PE probably not going to happen in the short time it's been already. So that would be re-imaging and deciding whether a plan to care for him. And that would be done, you know, multidisciplinary approach with vascular surgeon, pulmonologist, and probably GI as well.
Okay, do you want to continue all these different treatments? You know, you said, you told me, and I'm trying to honor your wishes.
Watch this. Watch this. This is when I couldn't take no more. You're going to hear the real deal in just a moment. You told me. So watch what, here we go.
Okay.
Want to be down like this. So now, I'm asking you, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to honor what you had said, or do you want to go with more treatment and so forth? It's up to you.
Hold on, Dad, before you answer that, because
That's me.
everybody, remember you told me all sickness ain't death, right? Yeah. And I told you that, Dad, if you were in a position to where you weren't getting stronger, we would be able to see. But Dad, what we're saying is all the stuff that we spoke about, if you were not able to communicate, not able to get up in the middle of the night, not able to walk to go to the bathroom, and you weren't moving, we'd be the first one to say, Dad's not here. So no matter how long it's been, we know and we understand. So Dad, remember I told you when we spoke, that's not this. What was spoke on at that point, that's not this. You know what I mean? So Dad, I know you want peace, and I know you want it to be a certain way. But again, the only thing I go back and tell you, Dad, is this. We're here, and we're going to be here. We're going to honor your wishes. But anything that was said in terms of, and if you just let me say this, anything that was said before about you being almost a vegetable, I told you, nobody wants to be a vegetable. But you're not a vegetable, Dad. We're watching football. You know what I mean? We're watching football. We got more business to do. We've missed out on some things. So we need your, like I told you, you use brute strength. Now we need your brute wisdom. So that's all I'm gonna say, Dad. I'm not worried about all the other stuff. Brute wisdom, brute love, and all of that. So we don't want you to give up. We don't want you to say like you're a vegetable because you're not. Because 3 o'clock this morning you wasn't a vegetable. You were talking to us this morning at 3 o'clock in the morning when you was trying to get up. And we had us to get you the piece of salad and some stuff that's in your mind, the greens. I told you that you're not weak, you're strong, you'll fix you. Everybody can be here, Dad. I've been here 55 years. I've been with you 55 years. So, been with you 55 years. And like you said, it ain't like nothing has happened. I am of you. The 4 bars of we're of you. Don't worry, Dad. You know what it is. She'll see you. She'll see you.
I don't see you again in this life.
She'll see you. She'll see you.
What?
She'll see you.
What?
There you go. There you go. Right there.
Heard what she said.
You see, she couldn't take it. I said, Dad, I've been with you 55 years. She keeps talking about 32 years. That I've been with you 55 years. We are of you. People are here talking. I said, Dad, that ain't this. What she talking about that y'all may have said that we not sure about, that ain't this. And she tells him, well, I'm leaving. So now she's leaving. Well, you can play it. She's mad. And now watch this. She's not done though. Watch when she tries to choke him. You'll hear it.
Oh, so we gotta watch the video of the choking, huh?
Well, you can hear it.
Hold on, wait, hold on. He's sending me some videos.
Yeah, but if you keep going from there, she says, well, I'm gone. If I don't see you in this life, I'll see you in the next. What you talking about, lady? What you mean? I feel like the dude on the track. What you mean?
Hold on a second, let me go back.
Because I couldn't take no more. I said, I'm tired of hearing her just beat you down. And I took the room.
Hold on.
Salad and some stuff that's in your mind, the greens. I told you that you're not weak. You're strong.
You're not weak.
We'll fix you. Everybody
We'll fix you.
I've been here 55 years. I've been with you 55 years. So, been with you 55 years. And like you said, it ain't like nothing has happened. I am of you. The 4 bars of we're of you. Don't worry, Dad. You know what it is.
See, she was back there talking. I said, don't worry, Dad. You know what it is.
She'll see you. She'll see you in this life. Don't worry. She'll see you in this life, Dad. Because we're going to make you strong. You're going to walk through the door like you said you want to do. Yeah, leave that on.
I don't know what this is.
He just said leave it.
Oh, I see them grabbing.
She's grabbing the scarf saying she don't trust it.
The phone got knocked over too.
Right. She's upset after what I said and he just said he want to live. She's grabbing the scarf like this and everybody in the room looking like, is this happening? She says she doesn't trust that scarf and she's choking him. You can hear her say it and you can see it.
She said, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what this is. It's a scarf, lady. So I'm saying everything that we told you, that's just a part of it. But you can see it. You see it. You hear it.
I'm trying to come to a medium so everybody can visit.
Can I say one thing? Sure. On behalf of my brothers and I guys, and I know for that they're okay with me saying this, we have no problem with anybody being contacted.
That's Kouri talking, right?
Now Kouri talking. Yeah, that's another time. That's when she walked out again. When she was telling them all types of stuff about the past. My brother said, we ain't discussing nothing in the past. We trying to figure out what makes him better right now. Oh, this is when she says he's got all that drugs in his system. They're like, what drug? Fentanyl? Like, fentanyl?
Fentanyl. She said
You heard?
fentanyl.
She said it. They're like, they said, what you mean? We ain't put. She said, well, just whatever.
Oh my God, hold on.
She said it.
First day I was here, and I was told that you were misinformed.
The nurse told him that you were misinformed.
There you go. We told you. This is what we told you. They told her you were misinformed. We not lying. That's why we videotaped everything. That's why we recorded everything. Because everybody don't tell
the truth.
Some people, you know, I have to, again, some people create their own versions of the truth.
Yeah.
But that is what she said. Somebody told me. It's always somebody. It's always somebody told me I didn't need it. Well, ma'am, you were misinformed. And then that's when the new one came in the day later that was signed in pencil.
Oh, hold on, let me play this.
Mm-hmm.
She said she will scan it into his chart. Okay.
Yeah, when she get it.
So what are the, I get your concerns. What is your concern? What is your main concern?
Watch this.
My concern is disrespect.
Watch this.
No, disrespect.
Her concern is disrespect?
That we're disrespecting her by doing what we're doing to keep him alive. That's disrespectful.
Okay, hold on.
She'll say it.
Hold on.
And I know everybody's saying this is now, but there has been no any contact with their father. He's been married 33 years. There's been no contact, and I've been accused of keeping my husband from him. I would ask often.
She said they've been married 33 years, and she's been accused of keeping my husband from them. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. When you say them or me.
Their relative to let them know that he was, when he first went in the hospital, one son.
Okay. She called their relative. She didn't call y'all. She called their relative once he got in the hospital.
That was a secret note that was written.
So she didn't call you guys.
No. That's why I told you we got a secret note from our cousin. She telling it and saying what we said.
Came to the hospital to visit. Okay. I said, I live near the hospital. If you want to come by the house, I'll show you some things I thought. They told me my husband passed once they took the birth and took down. Okay. So that's where I was in my mind.
There it is.
That's where she was in her mind. Once they pulled the plug.
That's where she was at. That's what we said, Miss Sylvia. She said, that's where I'm at. I'm at the death. All this stuff that's happening with him living, I'm at the death. That's where I'm at. Did she say it, Miss Sylvia?
She said it. That's where she's at. Oh my God.
That's what I told you, Miss Sylvia. I said, you will hear it. And she's telling in her paperwork, She acting like she don't know what's going on.
Oh my Lord.
So that's what we're saying. It's not accurate. I think Kouri said he got to get on.
Hold on.
And I showed Travis his things, so forth, and Travis stayed in contact. Nobody else was in contact until we buried him the first day Tommie had rehab. And I told them, if you're going to visit, let him get in rehab, because he had to have a blood transfusion and all of that. He was very, very exhausted. And they sent me a text back, we don't have the luxury of waiting, blah, blah, blah. It was very
Whoa, stop right there. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm flying in from another country. My brother is flying in from another state. She's telling us, don't go see your father. Give him some time. And we said we don't have the luxury of waiting. And she says that's being disrespectful. Remember, she said they said they don't have the luxury, blah, blah, blah. As if we have the luxury of time. Our father is in a coma, coming out of the coma, and you telling us just hold tight. You, ma'am, watch this. If we were estranged from our father, as she says, like we had a problem with him, why is she trying to tell us and stop us from going? Like we would be estranged. She wouldn't have to say anything. It wasn't him, ma'am. It was you. But you can go ahead. I told you and it gets a little. You got some other snippets coming up in a second.
Okay.
You ain't done.
Okay.
And I'm trying to look out for the dad, because he had been in since August the 27th. You know, he was in ICU 2 weeks in total sedation, and it's been a long process since August. And I'm trying to look out for my husband.
She's trying to look out for her husband.
Exhausted. Can we just visit him a few days after he's in rehab, then get straight back? Nope. Like 3 people came that day. Co-worker came. He was totally exhausted. When we have stayed a day and a half back in the ER, and it's been a whirlwind ever since. I'm totally exhausted. There was no contact going on. It wasn't like we were all in contact and they were visiting, but it's just all of a sudden. You know, I need to cry.
What do you mean all of a sudden? What?
All of a sudden, we want to come see him. Ma'am, he's in a coma and you stopped us. So it's not all of a sudden. All of a sudden is how he got in the coma. But we'll continue.
You know, for one thing, I'm going through my husband here. So this is where I am. And I come to visit. I'm told, no, I'm not, I'm going to be in the room. And I mean, come on, Tommie could not be told in his right mind after.
Watch this.
Fentanyl and what's the other one he had? Propofol. And they.
Fentanyl!
She said he can't be in his right mind. Miss Sylvia, I told you that's what she said. Now you heard what she said.
Mm-hmm.
They talked to me about his rehabilitation, so he could not possibly be in a totally right mind. Nobody on those types of drugs in a totally.
Watch this.
I'm talking prior. I don't know what he's on now. But I'm just saying, he was on, when he first came in here, the one he was on. Right, what name? Yes. I don't think he gets it very often. I'm saying when he first came in. So, his mind is very good now. Yeah, hopefully it is, but this is where we are.
Well, he is able to say, I want my wife and my kids as contract. He's clear enough to say that. I just,
Honestly, first,
As far as the history of how we live without Dad and her, y'all have nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with his condition at all.
Exactly.
There's always two sides to the story. So as much as you can sit there and say we didn't come around, I can tell you that we denied access to our father. Oh, so how can one woman denied access? I speak. So she said that when she was at the hospital, I got forgery of my name.
There it is.
And if I have to go to the attorney with it, they're lying. And they know, not you, Travis, but others are lying. And I have paperwork. Goodbye.
See, this is
Okay.
because
All right.
okay.
All right.
See?
She said, I got forgery. She said, all right, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down a little bit. So everybody keep it good, please.
All right. I'm gonna go on.
Hey, y'all call me.
Yeah. Yeah. So she talking about forgeries, and we like right now we know you got forgeries, ma'am. Ooh. We know you got them, ma'am. We see them. We see the forgeries you turned in.
Okay, y'all.
Again, Miss Sylvia, I told you when you see, I know it was something to say, but when you see, and again, you ain't seen it all. you just seeing a few things, man. Miss Sylvia.
Wow. Hold on. Y'all was in the hospital late at night, huh?
All day. We didn't listen. We did shifts. TL stayed there for the day shift. I would go for the night, and then me and Kouri would rotate on different nights, and Travis would come in and do a day. We didn't leave him alone because we didn't know who was going to be coming up there with some lip balm. We were there round the clock. It is a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone to go through, but I can tell you this, Miss Sylvia, there's a lot of blended families that didn't quite blend, and you've got to have your affairs in order, and you've got to.
Tommie's oiling his leg. Oh,
absolutely, we did that.
Look at Tommie, y'all.
Absolutely, that's what we did.
He's oiling his dad.
And my dad is not saying don't. No. My dad is not saying no. This is what we were doing. This is what she didn't want us to do. This is what we were doing.
Oh.
I brought some of those little electric things that you put on your, so it was giving electric stimulation to his arms and to his legs to give him the feeling that, getting the blood circulating. This is what we were doing. These are the monsters. We were doing this.
Look at the,
He's telling my brother, he's like, you could have been a masseuse. Yeah, the thing is Miss Sylvia, I'm not gonna lie, when my brother was doing all these videos, my brain side was like, come on, bro. We can keep this memory, and we don't want to videotape it because we don't want to, it's not a show, but my brother was like, nah, man, we need video. And so I was like, okay, all right, cool, bro, cool. And I'm telling you, this video is going to speak volumes. You're going to hear my father saying, you guys are here. You bring me life. You're here when I needed you the most. Why would my father say we are here when he needed us the most? From what? From who? I need you the most. And she didn't touch him. She just came in to see if he was breathing. And then she'd be out. And then he would go bad that night. They don't know why he's turning gray. He's not going to make it. But my father was a fighter. And so whatever was happening, he would fight it every time. He would fight it every time. And if my brother, probably you'll get that other footage when we actually signed paperwork and did things at my father's request. He was very specific, Miss Sylvia. Very specific.
Wow. I have I'm uploading the other one so they could see it.
Oh wow, yeah.
Kouri said he didn't go to work for 35 days.
He didn't go to work for 35 days. He didn't go to work for 35 days. But what we were able to do as brothers, those who had gave, and those who could give more time gave it. We worked it like a well-oiled machine. Wow. You're talking about 4 people that gave up their lives to make sure that we were there for him. And she fought us for that. And she says that we had ulterior motives and things like that. Nah, you want him to be alone in the hospital, in the hospice. And we weren't gonna do that, Miss Sid. We're not leaving him alone at all. We're not going anywhere, Miss Sylvia. That's what we told our father. You heard me say it. Dad, we ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be here. As she's talking over me in the background, I said, don't worry about all that. I'm looking at him eye to eye. When you look at the video, you'll see I'm looking at him eye to eye. He's looking at me eye to eye. And what she doesn't understand and didn't understand is our father did not need to say anything to us. He spoke it with his eyes. My father will look at me like this. That means what? Or he'll look at me like this. Be quiet. He only had to look. That's where we were. That's what she didn't understand. And my father was looking at me. He said, son, keep going. Keep going. And that's why I kept going. That's why I kept going deeper. That's why I kept saying what she's saying doesn't matter, because my father was telling me with his eyes, and you looking at video. Which one is this? Hold on, let me see. Okay.
This is the one with her sitting there. Let me play it?
Yeah.
Conversation. And I asked her right to face, so do we have access to the house? She said nothing. She was sitting right. She said nothing. I didn't interrupt Mrs. Victoria when she said. So
look at my dad's hand.
Right in her face, and she didn't say nothing. So she literally ignored what I said. Now I ain't being mean when I do the same thing, but when she did it, I guess it's not me. So I want to make sure I record everything. Plus, I have it recorded. I have it recorded.
And I did not agree.
I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I record myself, and anything anybody says, that's on them. Especially when they say evil things.
See, that's Travis in the background. He's a peacemaker.
Tom, just step out right now. Let me visit with Tommy. I'm not here every day. I'm old too. You know, I'm on my cane now. I've lost weight. I'm stressed.
Oh, she do have the cane on his thing.
Yeah, just lay it on his feet.
She didn't ask me. She went to the nurse station.
No, I didn't. I asked you if you would. You did not.
See, now that's Travis. That's the one she can speak to.
He's been in tears.
But she have the cane on his leg. The cane is on the leg. Why is it not on the wall or something?
Because he was a piece of furniture to her. I'm sorry. I won't say that. I won't say that. I'm sorry. It's just she just that's what she put it, you know.
I mean, she could have put it right next to her on the wall.
which is what you should. But again, when you put it on him, you're putting your presence. You're letting them know, Cain, here, you. You know what I mean? That's that. I understand that what that means. And I'll say this: she walked with a cane like this, but then when she left the hospital and she didn't see nobody walking, that sucker went like this, whoop, and she walked. We got it on camera. We see you walking like this, but when you leave the hospital, you take that cane, flip that sucker, and you walk. You don't need that cane. Stop. We got it. We got it.
Years, and I've been right beside him the whole while since August of 27.
So I'm not in the room when she's in the room because
we haven't been here.
I caused her so much issues, and I don't want my dad. So I go wait in the waiting room. So that's why I'm not in any video with her, except that last video when she was talking. I was standing outside the room, and she kept pressuring him. And then that's when I said, I can't take no more. That's when I said, all right, Dad, listen, before you answer all that, let me just tell you. So that's when I said, I can't take no more. That's it. And you see exactly what I said. You see it all. It's all on camera and video and audio.
I saw my phone, Travis.
No, let's just see how we can. So right now, I'm just trying to make sure Dad is proof.
Well, we called the pastor.
Okay.
We called it. We
Behind my back. How did you even
see? There you go.
Well, you didn't say Miss Victoria.
He said, we called the pastor. She said, behind my back.
We called the pastor behind your back? Well, you didn't call the pastor in front of your face. Or you didn't call him. So we called him, not behind your back. We don't owe you the fact of calling his pastor behind her back. That's what she said. And that was disrespectful. I mean, she may say it here.
We haven't been to church in 5 years.
I didn't know
We
we had to
have
ask
not been to church in 5 years.
I don't
We
care if
were
it was 20.
attending that church.
I don't care if it was 20
But
years.
we haven't been to church
I'm gonna call
in
the
5
pastor.
years. But see, he took it upon himself
Correct.
to find out from your dad.
Nope.
Where we
Did
went
not.
to church. We look up, here comes the pastor. I had no idea.
We didn't.
Tom is doing things, finding out from your dad and doing things behind my back. I'm the one
not sure
that
what you're
should
doing
be
for me.
considered.
We're going to try to get that justice. We're going to get justice.
Michael turned it over
Yep.
to you guys. And
Yep.
it's been a mess ever since.
Yep.
Not you, but whatever's going on.
There she goes. She says that ever since my cousin,
we called him.
It's been a mess ever since he told us, yeah, your plans were a mess of what you wanted to happen. Yes, she's speaking it. It was a mess because before we came in, it was going to be a smooth operation. Allergic reaction, coma, pull the plug, done deal. Smooth. But when we came, it was a mess. Again, if you see everything that we did, nobody would say it was a mess. It was a mess for her.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking to
5
Travis.
years, Travis.
I don't care if he hadn't been to church in 30 years. I would have called the pastor. I would have. I don't care if he hadn't been to church in 52 years. I would have called.
5 years.
I would have called the pastor.
Tommie so messy.
Written dreams, yes.
Tommie
Yeah, I
is
told him.
between.
Yep, he is. And I used to try to tell him, TL, hold on, TL. He just, yeah. He again, that's.
1 second. Somebody has a question for y'all. Did your father share more details about his NDE? What's that?
Near-death experience.
Okay.
Yes, he shared details of his near-death experience, and this is why we were more active, because our father told us straight. Again, we're not going to add it, and we may have it. No, we don't have that part. We don't have that. That's before we. But my father told us that he said it's a lot of evil people here. It's a lot of evil people here. And my father said that where he went, he wasn't able to get full peace because he knew he hadn't connected with his son. He was ready to go, but he wasn't at peace. He said that he was ready to go, but he wasn't at peace with it because he didn't get that. And he was given the time to come back. And again, that's when he opened his eyes and said, "Is this a dream?" And our father said to us, "Now I can die happy." And we're like, "Oh no, Dad, you good, man. Don't." He said, "I can die happy now." And then he looked at us another day and said, "Guys, I think I'm gonna make it this time." And we were thinking he meant he was gonna make it. But when he says, "I'm going to make it this time," now it makes sense. You're gonna make it this time, which was when he transitioned. He's gonna make it this time. He just out of the blue was like, "Fellas, I think I'm gonna make it this time." And when you hear it, you think he gonna make it. But nah, he meant, "I'm gonna make it this time." So on his next time, he's gonna make it. And he made it.
Gotcha.
But I'll share more details. I'm gonna let Miss Sylvia, do her thing.
Play this one, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna go to bed because it's
Okay.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Sylvia. I get it in. He said heaven was beautiful. Yeah, he did. He said it is. He said heaven was beautiful. He said heaven was beautiful. He wanted to be there, but he was still. I'm telling you, that's why you want to get things straight. You want to get things straight because he was there, but even at the gates, he felt
He had to get this thing right with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something before Miss Sylvia. Miss Sylvia, I'm going to share something with you that I want everybody I want y'all to understand this.
Okay.
Before, and then we can leave off of this because I want you to be able to view all the video and then you'll get it.
Do that later. Okay. Let me just.
But here's what he did, Miss Sylvia. Darn it. What was that, Miss Sylvia?
You was about to tell us something.
Yeah. And I can't believe it just.
About heaven?
Jesus. Whatever I was getting ready to say, Miss Sylvia, it went away. It went away. Darn it. Miss Sylvia, whatever I was getting ready to tell you, it was a humdinger. And I want to end on this. Jesus.
God allowed him to see the evil that was and the good that he was coming to. Oh, wow.
Darn it. I can't believe I forgot it, Miss Sylvia. I was getting ready to share something with you. I'm gonna let it be. Whatever it was, maybe it wasn't the time. But I was getting ready to share it, and I swear it's gone. I ain't gonna mess with it. I ain't gonna mess with it, Miss Sylvia. I think now might be the time. Jeez, it was there, and it was something too, and it's gone. Anyway, Miss Sylvia, it's time. I understand you ready to do it in, but listen, April the 7th.
We're gonna do part 2 because we're gonna finish watching these videos because your brother sent me a whole bunch.
I told you we've
Did he
got
go to
it.
bed? Did he go to bed? He didn't come back.
No, he probably just I got him on. Well, he's on video duty. Get Miss Sylvia these videos, so he's on video duty right now. So yeah, but we thank you so much, Miss Sylvia, and writer. Let's say written dreams. Listen, there is a heaven, and again, I think I was talking about getting it right, making sure you get it right. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it go. But Miss Sylvia, I thank you so much, and we'll do whenever you need us. We'll come on, and then we'll do the follow ups. But we've got to get ready again for for court, the 7th. Yeah. And that's
And
again
it's going to be video because they said that it's going to be on video conference. So
right.
I'm putting in the Rule 22.
Yeah, that'd
for
be
that.
great. That'd be great. And like
So
my brothers just said,
everybody else
thank you
get
so
your-
much, Miss Sylvia.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you so
welcome,
much.
Kouri.
He made it to heaven. That's he made it to heaven. He made it to heaven, and we are sure that he got that opportunity. He made it to heaven. He made it to heaven. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We know this is late. I want to appreciate Miss Sylvia for literally, again, being. You guys don't understand. She's done the homework. I follow Miss Sylvia. I just never knew that never knew I'd be here, Miss Sylvia. I follow you on your trials and everything that you've done. You just never know when it's your time to be in front of the thing. But we are going to fight for our father, and we will say this: he did not have a proper burial, and but we will make sure that people get the opportunity to testify in his behalf, and we will send our father off correctly and in a manner that is befitting to a man of his stature and the things that he provided for us. So again, we trust God, never quit, and don't take our word for it. Take just
hold on. He says wait till I tell you about the funeral home.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have to be part 2. It's not gonna believe that part.
2.
Ooh, Lord. Miss Sylvia. I mean, it again.
Tell Kouri get his thing together so he could be on here next
I'm gonna
time.
make sure that technically we're gonna be good. I'm gonna make sure, Miss Sylvia. I'm gonna have him. We're gonna do some tests, and we're gonna get some stuff right around here.
Come back. When are you guys gonna come back so you could When you guys when are you gonna get him together so we can hear everything, the whole thing, and nothing?
You know what? I'm supposed to fly back on April the 2nd. But what we'll do, Miss Sylvia, I'm sorry, they ride motorcycles out here late at night. Okay. Just a moment.
Why does it sound like they're inside your house?
No, because they don't have noise regulations here. Mm-hmm. So these guys have these cars tuned up to sound like they want the entire world to hear it. So they'll race down at 100 miles per hour, and it scares you. You'll be asleep, and then you'll just hear it, and I'll jump up thinking like, oh Lord, this is So it's one of them issues, but yeah, we're gonna do the part 2, and you let us know when you're ready. I'll make sure the video, make sure that Kouri is gonna be good. But Miss Sylvia. Again, for us, this is just the beginning because, we know our day in court is coming, and then, we're going to have our day in court.
Well, we're ready for it. So whenever you're ready to come back, I'll do part 2.
Yes, ma'am.
She says they hardly don't in U.S. either.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
Yeah, they are.
So thank you, Miss Sylvia. Thank you so much. And again, we want people to continue to support you and what you do. We need to find out how to do those. What do they call super chats?
It's Cash App or
Cash App.
Zelle or PayPal or
we need to, or Jubilee. We're gonna get
Jubilee. Okay, how do we do Jubilee over here?
We're gonna get Miss Sylvia on Jubilee, and you guys can support her on that because she gets 100% of everything.
Really? Okay, we need Jubilee over here.
Absolutely. They'll be able to Zelle you, send it all kind of ways. So it's all ways they can send it to you, and you get 100% of what you do because it's your money, So that's how we get it. Okay, we're gonna get you on Jubilee.
We want Jubilee.
So next show, we're gonna make sure that we get her on Jubilee, and people can support her because again, what she's doing, man, people like Miss Sylvia, we have to support them if we want to bring things to light. Because again, our case is probably like other cases out there, but we're gonna make sure that again,
there's a lot of people because when I started telling people about this, there's a lot of people that's dealing with probate issues and certain things that's happening. So I mean, it's different. It's a different type of case, but it's necessary.
Yep. So yeah, so it's necessary, and we got to get it out. So we're gonna do our best to show our Father to see us how He wants us to be, and we're gonna fight for Him. And again, we're just gonna let the truth land where it lands and who it lands on. I feel comfortable. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I feel comfortable with the truth.
All right.
All of it.
Okay. All right, Kouri, since you can't speak, bye, Kouri. Okay, hold on. Somebody says, will it be the 8th for me, but I will remember
Oh yeah, they must be in I was gonna say New Zealand.
Oh, she's in
Jeez.
New Zealand, yes.
Woo. Yeah, man. That's crazy, Miss Sylvia. New Zealand, for real?
New Zealand. Look, you all the way in Dominican Republic. We got all over the world.
Yeah, you've got some countries on here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, Miss Sylvia. Let us and then you'll get all those videos, any questions you have, things like that. That'll be there. And then also again, Miss Sylvia, we're gonna get you set up on Jubilee so that we can get you right and people be able to give to you and you get it all.
Okay.
You just need it all to do what you need to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Bye. Good night, everybody.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. this digital world where emotion is shared. Every post and reaction show when we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.